Well, good evening and welcome to Jack Ryan Field here on the campus of Bishop Hartley High School tonight. The Hartley Hawks in their third game of the season taking on Chaminade Julienne. And we are teed up and ready to go here tonight. Both of these teams come into this game with a record of 1-1. I'm Bob McElligott, next to Matt Barnes, who came all the way from Paris just to get here for the opening kickoff tonight. Jet lag?
Not at all. I mean, landed at 5:20. We're good to go.
That's good. That's good. You've had all of an hour and a half to get ready.
Flew over the stadium. I was ready to go.
Well, before we even get going here, talk about jet lag. We've already got a procedural penalty before they kick the ball off, and it's against Chaminade Julienne, and this is going to back it up 5 yards and put the ball at the 35-yard line, and that's where Lee Turner, the senior kicker, will get set to tee that ball up and kick it away to the Hartley Hawks. Last week, a tough one here for Bishop Hartley. And losing to Ursuline, big-time loss, and that dropped them to 1-1, so they're looking for a real big bounce back this week.
Yeah, you don't lose by 31 many times here at Jack Ryan Field, so a chance to get it back here and take out a good Chaminade team, get a quality win.
Aaron Chaminade taking the opening kickoff. He gets that ball back out to the 24-yard line. That's where he is brought down, and that's where the Hawks offense will come out on the field and look to get things going. They are directed by their junior quarterback, Matt Gaelic. And, of course, when you look into the backfield, Robert Lathan. He is the junior running back. He's a guy that was kind of stymied a lot last week by Ursuline. He's looking for another big breakout game, and they'll give him plenty of opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to get the ball an awful lot, and I know he was frustrated last week by how much Ursuline was really bottling him up. Chance for him to get a breakout game here. This feels like wet field, muddy kind of game. You kind of want to just give him the ball a lot.
Well, the first thing they're going to do is hand it off to the fullback, and it is the quick hitter, and we saw that a lot last week, and they had success. Jay Zhang taking the football. This time he gets himself just about a yard because they were ready for this one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Zhang's the up man there. He's good to probably get 1 or 2, and then he tries to push for, try to get 3 to 4 yards each and every time. It's a nice steady play that you can rely on all game long. First play, try to see if you can get a quick hitter on the up man.
Lathan dotting the I here in the backfield for Hartley. Winbush comes off the end, sets up on the wing. They'll toss it to Lathan. He gets his first carry of the game. They're trying to string him out. He turns the corner. There's a first down and more across the 50. Inside the 40 and taken down inside the 35-yard line, down to the 34 where it's a Hartley first down.
And that's one of those plays that Robert Lathan style, that patience. He didn't see anything inside, bounces it out to the outside, and he's got the speed to get around the end, and then away he goes. Gets that second level, and then it's a race to get past the 35-yard line. Big gainer. It's the longest run he had compared to any run he had last week where he just could not get anything going. Hopefully that's a good start for him for things to come.
Yeah, indeed. It looks nice where they're sitting in field position. They've got Zhang in the backfield by himself. Lathan is lined up in the slot right now near the bottom of your screen. They send Winbush in motion, get him the football, and he's going to be brought down. And he's brought down back at about the 34-yard line, so he may lose a yard on this.
Yeah, Kalen Russell, really nice pursuit there. Hartley looked like they had the block for a couple guys, but there was Russell who was unblocked and makes a nice tackle there. Grabs Winbush low where you got to get him. And a nice job by the Eagles defense after giving up a big run, stopping them for no gain, maybe even a loss of 1.
Well, they get it. They place it right back at the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it a second down and 10. Lathan now set up as a sidecar to the left of Gaelic. They put Zhang in motion, fake the handoff. Gaelic will sling it out to the right side. That ball is caught, and it's another short gain. Denham Cook on the reception for the Hawks.
And that's the kind of play we saw. We thought we'd see a little bit more from Hartley. Those short passes that feel like runs. Of course, a flag on this play, so this one may be coming back depending on who the call is on. But nice to see Gaelic throwing the ball early, and those short passes can be just as good as a run, even if it's 4 or 5 yards. Get the ball to your playmaker, see if they can make a play.
So it looks like an ineligible downfield here. And that's what it is. Call against the Hawks. Said Zach Parker had gotten a little bit antsy and gotten downfield, number 55. See him in the middle of the screen there.
Yep. Try to set up those blocks for Cook upfield and a little bit too far upfield before the pass was even thrown. But a nice job by Gaelic there. He had a guy in his face. He kind of sidearmed that throw, an accurate throw. So might see that play called a little bit later as they try to show a little bit of variety on offense. Can't just run the ball every time. Got to have that threat to pass, even if it's that short passing game outside.
And you have two huge guys on both sides of the line that are receiving targets for you. Denham Cook being one of those. Gaelic rolling out to his left, and he's got that ball in the air, but he overthrows Winbush. And he was under pursuit. Winbush was actually covered fairly decently there as well. So that's an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, 2nd and 15 is not where Hartley wants to be, so they opt for the pass there. And it's always that tough throw, right, where you're running to your left, but you're a right-handed quarterback, so you got to throw against your body. You know, nice job throwing to a place where only Bryson Winbush could get it, but also going to be a tough, accurate throw to make, especially when you're under pressure. So, all in all, not too bad of a result there for Hartley there.
Marcus Hemphill checks out of the game right now. He is the other big man that I was alluding to that plays on the other side of the line from Denham Cook, but he's not in there right now as the Hawks come up on a 3rd down and 15. Little shifting at the line of scrimmage here, and they will hand the ball off to Robert Lathan, and Lathan is tackled immediately. That one did not fool Chaminade Julienne whatsoever. They had good penetration, and they make a quick tackle.
Yeah, that was Nigel Hurts, the first one in there. I mean, he was jumped the O-line there, and that's a big play because it was 3rd and long. You're thinking if Hartley maybe gets 5 to 10 yards, they're probably going to go for it on this side of the 40. But instead, with that 2-yard loss, and now you're talking 4th and forever, a punt here, try to dump him inside the 10-yard line is probably the play.
So they had the one big run that got them into opposing territory. Now they've got to punt the ball away. Gaelic, the quarterback, is also the punter, and he angles this one toward the near sideline, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Looks like inside the 20-yard line. We'll wait to see where exactly the officials spot the football. And they're actually going to put it all the way up to the 25, and that's where it'll be 1st down and 10. Chaminade Julienne will get the ball for the very first time here tonight. They come into this game after losing last week, and they're losing a tough one, 12-7 to Taft. So that dropped their record to 1-1 on the season. They're looking to bounce back this week as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not a team that so far in the season has shown they can score a lot of points. They're much like Hartley, though. They're going to keep it tight. They're going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to use the clock to their advantage and try to control the time of possession.
Well, they go with a quick handoff, just as Hartley did, and they have a little bit of success on that. They get a couple of yards on that very first play from the line of scrimmage.
You'll see they'll go no huddle as well. It may not be as quick as Ursuline last week. And again, Ursuline's attack was much more of a throw and run attack. Chaminade's going to keep it on the ground pretty much 90% of the time. But again, like Hartley, a lot of shifting, a lot of different handoff, a lot of different guys that can get the ball.
Javen Manley is a sophomore quarterback, and here's a quick handoff and a quick hit right away.
So already we're seeing exactly what Chaminade wants to do. Just try to trick Hartley, make them think about who's going to get the ball. 1, 2, 3 different options back there. It's all about playing your role. Make sure you stay in your lanes if you're a Hartley defense. Don't want to get too fooled by all that trickery with all the different options they can give it to. But 3rd and 5 here, again, you're not going to see many wideouts, so you kind of just got to stay in your lane.
There's a throw on the right side. That ball is caught, and then a good job in coverage by the Hartley Hawks, being able to take care of business there, and that was Huey Reed making the tackle.
Yeah, very nice job. I mean, he was on him the entire time. Really nice job by the Hawks. Again, playing solid fundamental football. Stick on your man. Don't get fooled by all the trickery. A rare throw, and they were on it from the jump.
You know, Matt, I wonder as you watch that, you know, for the Hawks, and you're talking about there's all this trickery and there's things that they can do. That's what they practice defensively against their offense every day of the week.
Yeah,
right?
they should be very used to that kind of, again, this style of offense and knowing exactly what they try to do the defense is now here you are as a defense. Don't let their offense do it to you.
Colin Cadle downs the ball at the 46-yard line, and here comes the Hawks offense once again as they will try to get something going. Again, on that first drive, they had the one big running play by Lathan. Then they stalled out right after that. They went to a pass. Well, there's a penalty. Then they went to a pass, a couple of passes. Couldn't get anything going there. So let's see if they lean on the run or if they try to find something in the passing game once again here early on in this game. They will hand it off, and right up the middle they'll go for about 3 yards. Use Lathan as a bit of a decoy there and gave it to Zhang to get it going this time.
Absolutely. And this is the Chaminade program that's, again, proud and tradition, just like Ursuline. You know they're going to be fundamentally sound as well. They've got athletes, too. So some of those
jet sweeps to the outside aren't going to be as easy to get to because they've got speed on the outside to catch a guy like Bryson Winbush and Chaminade as well. So it's going to be a fun tactical game to figure out who's going to make the big play, maybe make a mistake, and get that big run. You saw Lathan get that one big run, but then, again, that Chaminade defense tightened up when it needed to.
Gaelic from under center pitches it to Lathan, and he is swarmed under, still trying to stay on his feet. And he looked like he fought his way back almost to the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a loss of 1 on this play.
Yeah, absolutely. But did you see the pursuit? A lot of green helmets. Right when Lathan got the pitch, there were 2 or 3 guys going downhill, ready to tackle him immediately. Just nowhere for him to go. And again, for a guy who's a patient runner looking for a hole, there was no hole to be had. So again, 3rd and long, not where Hartley wants to be. But they have playmakers who can catch the ball this year. So a couple tall targets, and that look at the cornerback side here. Besides maybe the one closest to us, not a lot of height, so maybe go up high to Hemphill here.
Well, they hand it off, and Latham is able to get away from the early wave, and then he keeps driving across the 50. He's going to make his way down to the 48-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, but he does get it into Chaminade territory. And for the Hawks, you probably punt this ball away. Again, your quarterback is your punter, which gives you options.
That's what I was going to say. I think that extra push gives Coach Birchwood a little bit of question about whether or not he goes for this or not. And, I could see either way here, 4th and 5. You do have your quarterback as your punter, and yeah, it looks like as of right now he's going to be under center. They're going to go for it.
And now we're going to get a timeout, and Chaminade is going to take this timeout. They didn't like what they were seeing right there. They didn't feel that they were ready, so they take the timeout, and that is their first of the half. Well, I'd like to tell you about Hawk Fest. The 3rd annual Hawk Fest took place here tonight. Community event with games, food trucks, and alumni, and the TAC celebrated homecoming this week with faculty and staff games. Faculty won, by the way.
Had to get that in, didn't we?
Yep, somebody had to put that in there, right? The faculty won the staff games. They had mass on Thursday. Homecoming dance is tomorrow night, and the homecoming king and queen will be crowned at halftime of tonight's game.
Always fun to have homecoming here at Jack Ryan Field, and excited to see so many different Hartley alums from all around the generations pop by as well for this game. And thankfully the rain decided to subside right before kickoff, which is nice.
4th down and 5. Zhang and Gaelic in the back, or Zhang and Lathan in the backfield. Gaelic under center. And he'll hand it to Lathan. Good patience to pick his way through, and he gets to the near sideline. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 30, cut back to the middle, breaks the tackle. There he goes to the 15, 10, trying to turn it toward the goal line. A flag flies. Lathan winds up at the goal line in the end zone when it's all said and done, but now we'll find out what the flags are for.
And I tell you, you saw 2 or 3 flags fly, so whatever it was pretty egregious. And, Lathan's got one shoulder pad already off. This might be on Chaminade on a horse collar, or attempt at one, because they didn't bring him down by any means. Let's see. Nope. It's going to be on the Hawks.
Block in the back. Number 11 in the offense.
Malik Tufts getting called for the block in the back, but watch Lathan on this run.
And watch Gaelic with the block as well. Look at the quarterback getting in the middle of it. That little block right there was enough to spring him to get to the outside, and then Lathan did the rest of this, cutting him back into the inside. We'll see if we see the penalty here somewhere. There it is right there, right in the back. So it's 33 on the penalty for the Hawks. So good run, obviously good result to get the 4th down pickup, but obviously hate to see that penalty because it looks like Lathan was already going to get to the end zone without it.
Yeah, it was Vincent Mertz that took that penalty. And speaking of penalties, so the offense jumps early, and that will cost them another 5 yards. And you don't want to be going the wrong way.
No, not at all. The discipline is still discipline's still an issue in week 3. It's still early in the season, still trying to figure out all the bugs. But you just don't want to do that on 1st down, because 1st and long is not where the Hawks want to be.
Winbush goes in motion. They hand it to Zhang right up the middle, and he pounds away. He's got 4 guys on him and keeps on driving to the 20-yard line. And they will mark him down at about the 19.
Yeah, that's one of those, I say, didn't skip leg day runs, right? He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Watch him just drive. 2, 3, 4, 5 green helmets trying to bring him down, also getting a little help from a teammate pushing him forward. So every yard matters there. And, boy, that should have been maybe a 2-yard gain. Pulls in about 8 yards there.
Benjamin Lakes, the senior linebacker, was the guy that had the best grip on him, was trying to take him down, and still was having problems doing that. So it is 2nd down and 7. So that was a good run, good 8-yard run by Zhang. Put them back in good position. Winbush again comes in motion. They turn, hand it off. Shoemate gets hit, breaks off that hit, trying to get to the outside, but he is held up, and he's going to be brought down. Gunnar Davis, junior linebacker, he was the guy that got him and kind of hung on for dear life till he got some help.
Yeah, nice job by Aaron, first off, getting off the first tackle. But then, yeah, really nice job by Davis bringing him down. You know, Shoemate's not the biggest guy in the world, so kudos to him for brushing off the first tackle. Normally, most runs he has are on the outside with his speed. But the Hawks making a concerted effort so far to go through the tackles, and it's gone to pretty good success so far. They've gotten some pretty good chunks, but here's a chunk they're going to need at 3rd and 6.
Shoemate again in the backfield as the tailback. Gaelic. He's going to take it himself, and that ball getting down to about the 10-yard line.
That'll be a first down.
No, he actually gave it to Shoemate, and he went and did the blocking again.
Pitch it to Shoemate, and again, this is with Lathan off the field. Shoemate more of a kind of scat back, but he's not afraid to go inside the tackle and getting the job done. But then all the hog mollies, really nice job. Benjamin Lakes there with the final tackle, but too late as he gets the first down. It should be 1st and goal here.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Shoemate stays in the game, along with Zhang, the offset eye in the backfield. And they're get it to the outside. Winbush going to find the end zone on the far side of the field. Bryson Winbush does not miss. He gets it to the end zone. The Hawks get 6, and the extra point is upcoming.
Speed kills, and that's what all this is all about, was Bryson Winbush's speed. It looks like for sure that Amari Roney's going to have him right here, but he gets a little bit, he kind of falls for that little shimmy shake to the right, and he can't get there. Neither then can Colin Cato, and Bryson using his speed gets around the outside. Really nice job. That last little juke is what got Roney to think that he was going to get the tackle, and he could not. And the Hawks get on the board first. Nice drive there on doing it all on the ground.
Yeah, all of it, and doing it with authority, as a matter of fact. Some penalties along the way. We're going to have another one right here, as a matter of fact. But they overcame the penalties. And Malcolm Gillies is out to attempt the extra point. They're going to go for 2 now, because now it's just a yard and a half out after the penalty.
And honestly, with the way they've been running the ball, you feel pretty confident that you can get this, whether it's with Zhang, whether it's with Shoemate. Lathan is over here on the sideline next to the athletic trainers. Doesn't look too serious, but whatever it is, has him on the bench right now. But again, the Hawks have options, especially to try to just get a yard and a half here.
Winbush is out wide to the left. Actually out of your picture right now. You can't see him there with the 2 running backs. Pitch it to Shoemate, and he just walks it right into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. A couple of words exchanged there at the end of that play, but a nice job by the Hawks, and Chaminade gave them an opportunity. Instead of just getting the 1 point, they were able to get 2.
Absolutely, yeah, now you got an 8-0 lead. And again, nice job by the Hawks. Really good job up front, finding just enough room to get this pick up here. And then earlier in the drive, just really nice job by the Hartley offense, finding enough of a gap for these running backs to use their speed, use their quickness, use their vision to find a way to get some nice yardage there. So good quality bounce back drive after the last drive stalled out inside of Chaminade Julienne territory, and a nice bounce back as well after last week where they really got stymied on the run game.
Matt, you talked about some class reunions going on this weekend. Welcome back to the class of 1979 for their 45th reunion, and the class of 1984 is celebrating their 40th reunion here tonight. So glad to have them back. Some other upcoming reunions here at Bishop Hartley. The class of 64 will celebrate their 60th, and that's going to be at the Berwick Party House on Refugee Road from 5 to 10 on September 14th. Diana Morrow Dudzinski and Sandy Bradshaw are the people that you can contact for information on that. The class of 1974 has their 50th reunion coming up October 4th and 5th. You can join your teammates on Friday at Hartley for a social in the TAC and on Saturday night at Jefferson Country Club for dinner. Watch our email and social media for more details. Contact Rick Boone and Mario Maciosi for details on that. In the class of 2004 has a 20th reunion this year already. That's October 11th and 12th. And there'll be a family-friendly tailgate before the Hartley Hawks take on Bloom Carroll. Saturday will be an adult-only celebration at Sweet Harmony Canal. Watch our email and Hartley social media for more information on that. And those are the upcoming reunions, that are going to be here at Bishop Hartley. Here's an onside kick attempt, and the Hawks get to the football, and they recover it. There's a flag on the play, and the official is already indicating it's going to be Chaminade ball.
Well, so what happened there, the 15-yard penalty after that little jawing that we saw after the two-point conversion, and that Chaminade Julienne had a penalty. And, I thought that was the wrong call from the jump because Hartley clearly had that football.
Yeah.
It was very confusing to see him point the other direction. But, why not with the short field here? Watch this perfect bounce here. Look at the nice high bounce, exactly what you want. And for some reason, the Julienne player is not getting aggressive toward that ball. And nice job by the Hawks grabbing that football, and it's theirs, first down.
So well done, as you said.
But that's all set up by that 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty by Julienne that gives the Hawks the idea to do that onside kick, knowing good and well the ball is going to be on the other side of the 50 regardless.
Zhang coming in motion, setting up behind Gaelic. They've got Shoemate in the backfield once again. Fake the handoff. Gaelic wants to throw over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown! Bryson Winbush pulls it in. And the Hawks are on the board again. That is 32 yards for the TD.
And what a play call, too. First down of a new drive. They just did a whole drive of running the ball down your throat. So what do they do in the first play? Play action. He does a great job hiding that ball. Winbush with his speed gets behind the defender. And an easy touchdown. Great pass by Gaelic, though. He has a man in his face a little bit, but perfect pass. Only where his guy can get it. Good air under the ball. Well done. Touchdown, Hawks.
Amari Roney was the defensive back. He's a sophomore, but as you said, that ball was right where he could not get to it. The extra point is added, and just like that, with a couple of quick scores, it's 15-0. Bishop Hartley has the lead.
Yeah, that's a really nice job by the Hawks. First off, taking advantage of the penalty, and then taking advantage of kind of lulling the Eagles defense to sleep with the run game and going into the air. And that's nice confidence for Gaelic to know that he can make that throw. And that should only open up the run game even more, because now that's a threat that the Eagles defense has to prepare for. It's that throw over the top. So already a remarkable difference from a week ago in terms of the Hartley offense and the confidence and what they've been able to do in the first quarter here. They were really, really kind of stymied against Ursuline, but here against the Eagles, the Hawks flying high so far on offense. But again, I got to back it up on defense here. Eagles definitely able to score quickly with another big run of their own if they could pull that off. So Hartley got to be really sound on defense here and not allow them to just score right on the other side here.
Well, Gaelic came into this game with only 2 completions in 7 attempts in the first 2 games. So that is a big one for him. Gillies kicks this ball off. It's going to be taken back at the 11-yard line. And the Eagles, return man here, Aiden Lowry, getting up to about the 25 where he is going to be brought down.
And another late flag, as it looks like the jawing is not done yet between these two. And these are 2 teams that played each other last year, so I'm sure there's some bad blood from the year ago. 21-7 matchup that was won by the Hawks. Good football game between 2 teams that, again, play very similar styles. And already so far in this one, just a little bit too much jawing that the officials are not having it. As I say that, of course, this was actually a face mask penalty, but there was still some jawing, I promise.
Almost took the jaw with him there.
Exactly.
Huey Reed gets the penalty. Hey, Gaelic, I talked about him being 2 for 7 coming into this game. His longest pass, as we look at this tackle again in the face mask, his passing yards total were 30 yards coming into this game. He bested that in 1 throw.
Just doubled that just like that.
Yes, he did.
That's a good way to start your game out right there. Double your season passing yards.
Now the Eagles looking for running room. There is none there. That is a blue wave right in the middle as that Hartley defense just collapsed to the middle, and the quarterback, Javen Manley, finds himself on the ground after a 1-yard gain.
Had absolutely nowhere to go. I mean, this was the play, right? It's that read option. Instead of handing it off, he keeps it. But, I mean, there's just absolutely nowhere to go. Great job by the Hartley defense. Good pursuit there. Again, staying on their lanes. Don't get too fooled by all that trickeration.
Joseph Denham was the first guy in there on that tackle. And once again, the defense, they're going to string it out. What a job there to take down the ball carrier at the 40-yard line. This is going to be a 1-yard loss. Malaki Maddox Ringer, there was nowhere for him to go except down to the ground.
Yeah, LaRon Golden, Jay Zhang, they were all right there. Zhang misses the first one, but don't worry, Golden there to clean it up. A really nice job also there, Camden Caldwell, to finish it up. So Hartley doing a nice job stringing it out and then doing a really nice job pursuing the tackle as well. So 3rd and long, exactly where, again, just like the Hawks offense doesn't want to be there, the Eagles offense doesn't want to be here. They're not a big passing team. They like to keep it to those 3rd and shorts, 2nd and shorts. This is where they're not comfortable.
Manley looking to throw, moving to his right, throwing to his right, and that ball is caught, but being tackled almost immediately there is Maddox Ringer, and Denham Cook was the first guy to get a hand on him and start slowing him down.
And for a second, it looked like Denham Cook was going to get his hand on the ball. I mean, one more step, and it looks like he's picking that off and going to this other side for 6. But a good defensive stand by the Hawks. Really doing good job stopping the Eagles' run game. And then the passing game, doesn't seem like the Eagles are real comfortable going down the field. Instead, keeping to those short passes, 1 to 2 yards on the outside. Hawks doing a nice job of making sure they get the tackle quickly and not allowing them to get down the field.
Oh, they just do get the kick away, and Winbush calls for a fair catch, and he takes it at the 27-yard line. That was not an easy catch by Bryson. Did a nice job at stepping up there.
Absolutely. It's a pretty windy day, actually, if you can't see it. The wind is blowing from your left to your right at a pretty good clip after these storms have rolled through. I was told it was a cold front that's coming through now. Fall is awaiting us. I figured you'd like to know.
I'm just laughing because I know that your forte is news, weather, and sports.
That's right.
You got 2 of the 3 right there.
Every 10 minutes. That's what we do. News and weather.
15-0. The Hawks have the lead, and they have the football back with a minute to go here in the first quarter. Lathan is back in the game. Winbush goes in motion. They hand it off to Lathan. They want to get him right back into it, and he gets over the 30-yard line to the 31 before he's brought down.
Yeah, if you weren't with us a little earlier, he was off the field for about 8 to 10 plays, including the last couple drives. But he's back out there, no worse for the wear. Nice to see that he's wearing the same color shoe this week. He had the orange and green last week. Looks like he's going with the blues this week. A lot of multicolored shoes. But again, I can understand. You know what superstitions are in football. You have a bad game, let's switch the cleats up. And maybe that'll make a difference. And so far, he's already got a couple big runs. Maybe that has been the difference, it's the shoes.
You wear a different color shoe and it doesn't work out. You go get 2 the same color, and here's Winbush. Oh, he's going to use his shoes over the 40, the 30. He's inside the 20, accelerates and just can't get around the last man. He is taken down. Galen Russell with a touchdown-saving tackle for the Eagles.
Oh, man. Bryson had eyes on the end zone, and if Russell doesn't make that tackle, he's absolutely there. But what a read by Galick here. First off, seeing that Winbush on the slant route is open, and then look at the speed he throws this ball. Bang. Get it to him quick. Nice hand catch, and then that move right there. Oh, my goodness. That little dipsy-do on the left, and then away he goes. Winbush having a wild start to this game.
Well, that is going to end the first quarter of this game. The Hartley Hawks, they have found their offense tonight. They've run one in for a touchdown. They've had a passing touchdown, and they have themselves a 15-0 lead. Bryson Winbush, a couple of big catches tonight, and more to come. We'll step aside with the Hawks up 15-0, second quarter. Coming your way next here on Yamo Media.
Tonight's broadcast is being presented by Yamo Media, Training ABC, Kimball Midwest, Reese Flowers and Gifts, Myers Wealth Management, Lazarus Golf, Bob Boyd Lincoln of Columbus, and we'd like to thank our Platinum family sponsors.
Getting set to start the second quarter here at Jack Ryan Field, Bishop Hartley High School. The Hartley Hawks and the Chaminade Julienne Eagles, both teams 1-1 coming into this game, but it's been the Hawks that have had the offense rolling here. They had 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter, 1 running touchdown. Aaron Shoemate got that one, and then it was Matt Galick to Bryson Winbush, and it was Galick to Winbush that has set up a big play that has put the Hawks down at the 11-yard line right now. It's not quite a 1st and goal, but they are knocking on the door.
Absolutely. Lathan in the backfield here. Look for him to get a healthy dose of the ball this time.
He's the first guy to get it. They pitch it to him. He goes right through the middle and easily walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, flags fly at the end as the defender took him down after he was well inside the end zone. So that'll be another penalty that will set them up on the kickoff. But let's go back to the run. Lathan, again, that patient running style. And this time he didn't really need to be too patient because the hole was there for him. He just takes it, cuts to the left, and into the end zone he goes. And, boy, another nice drive by the Hawks, finding a way to do it not just on the ground but through the air as well.
Personal foul at the end of the play. And, again, this probably results in the Hawks going for 2.
Yeah, going for 2 or let's see if they apply it on the kickout. If they do, you know what's coming. It's going to be that onside kick again to see if they can steal another possession. So either way, the Hawks going to try to cash in on another undisciplined play by the Eagles here. You can see, I mean, Lathan's already well inside the end zone, and then he just kind of drags them down. That was Kalen Russell. And again, I understand there's some frustration there. You've given up 21 points this easily. Defense not playing how they want to be playing. Defense that only gave up 12 points last week in a loss and only 10 points in their win in the first week. So a real good defense just getting picked apart so far.
Extra point attempt is good, and that will make it a 22-0 game in favor of Bishop Hartley as Malcolm Gillies put it through the uprights there. Robert Lathan, 5th rushing touchdown of the season for him. You mentioned he had to be on the bench there a little bit, was banged up in the middle of the first quarter of this game, but good to have him back in there, and even better to have him in the end zone.
Absolutely, yeah. And, after the week he had last week where I'm sure, he was really frustrated that he wasn't getting the gains he wanted on the running game, but this time he's finding his spots, and he's making good reads on where to go. I think the blocking's a little bit better as well today. A lot more confidence in the offense today. And it's a lot easier when you're winning. You feel like you're playing better. And again, I just think Ursuline just really made it a focus to really hone in on him to make sure that he did not beat them. And right now, Hartley's showing too many weapons right now for the Eagles to hone in on anybody exactly. I mean, hone in on Lathan, now you got Winbush and Galick through the air doing the job. And, next thing you know, they'll get Shoemate going, which he was going in the first drive. So, good diversity from the Hawks offense, which makes it a tough cover for the Eagles defense.
And I think this is a great game for the passing part of the offense here. Not just because of what they've gotten, but I think it's a great opportunity to let them be involved and try to set themselves up here a little bit for the rest of the season, because these are the kind of games that if you want to get it clicking. Look, I know you're a running offense, and I know you love to run the football, and you're really good at it. But, man, when you can incorporate the pass and teams have to prepare for that and defend that as well, then you're in really good shape. And the kick goes all the way down to the goal line and gets back to the 14-yard line. Good kick coverage there by the Hartley Hawks.
Absolutely. And, again, a little surprised they didn't do the onside kick, but I think, you're up 22-0. No need to steal the possession now. Instead, let's see if your defense can keep them in, get that ball back, maybe inside your 50, you can get a 3-and-out here.
That is a really good point when you talk about bring your defense out. They haven't played a lot of defense in this game.
They really haven't. It's been 2 3-and-outs from the Eagles' offense, which, again, we know has the capability of making big plays with this double wing T offense they play. But right now, Hartley doing a really nice job. And you see they have about 8 to 9 in the box, but no one's playing further than maybe 10 to 12 yards off the ball because, again, they're not too much worried about that downfield passing threat.
Yeah, Javid Manley has had a tough go of it as the quarterback for the Eagles here in the first part of this game. He hands it off, and they do find a little bit of running room, a little bit of a soft spot there. Aiden Lowry exploits it. He's a senior running back, and that's one of their better runs from scrimmage tonight, and it's only 5 yards.
Absolutely, yeah. Even last week in a loss, he had a lot of good yards on the ground in their win. In the first week against Miamisburg, he had around, I think, 150 rushing yards. So good player, and their run game is capable of churning it up here. And I think now that they're down 22-0, let's see if they add a little fuel to the fire here and put a good drive together.
Well, they're going to hand it off again quickly, and the Hawks, they are right there and stack up the ball carrier.
And another late flag coming in, and again, it's late jawing. Not sure who this one's against.
Jalen Chip was the ball carrier that time for Chaminade Julienne.
And this is the pivotal call here, too, because if it's a call against the Eagles, now you're talking, instead of 3rd and short, you're talking 3rd and really long, because it was at a post. It was after the whistle, so it should be the down counts. And then if against the Hawks, you give them a first down when you already did a really nice job of keeping them from getting these first down conversions.
Well, we're about to find out. Actually, it'll be nothing. They are picking up the flag.
Well,
no
there you
penalty. So it will be 3rd down and short. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard.
And you see how tight and compact Chaminade plays. They have no problem playing this style, but it just makes it tough when you're down by a lot of points to get big gains. But they got a good gain here.
Yep, they've got a first down. Little counterplay there, and a slight bit of trickery as Ethan Stacy, the senior, came off the end and took the pitch up the middle. So they get it all the way out to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that was really well blocked right there. And again, there's just so many bodies that tell you what, that Malachi Maddox ringer with the ball, and he's such a small guy. It's kind of hard to find in all those white shirts.
Another handoff, and this time Hartley is able to stay right with it and make the tackle. That's going to be a minimal gain. And again, you see that there's a lot of bodies. Jay Zhang, the last one to get up off the ball carrier. And once again, that was Lowry.
Yeah, great pursuit by the Hawks defense. Just quite the difference in the offense they're playing week to week, right? I mean, it's a fast-paced offense, but instead of 3 wide, 4 wide, slinging the ball left and right, Chaminade keeping it tight inside the tackles. Here's a double handoff here.
Double handoff indeed, and they're trying to get some running room, and there won't be that much there. Ethan Stacy is the one that wound up with the football, but Huey Reed was ready for him, and he made the initial contact. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 5.
Yeah, so the Hawks bending a little bit on this drive, giving up 3-4 yards of carry. They have been keeping it down 1 to 2. But here's where you just want to break. You got them at 3rd and fairly long, at least for the way the Eagles offense is humming right now. Find a way to keep them to this 3rd and 5 distance. Don't let them get that first down, let alone even a 4th and 1 where I think down 22-0, Chaminade would think about going for it.
And they're going to throw it. They look downfield. There's a man, and he catches the football and falls down inside the 20-yard line. That is a huge catch right down the middle of the field. Malachi Maddox ringer.
Small in stature, but what a big play, man. I mean, first off, really nice job squaring up his shoulders. He's got the time to throw it. Nice ball. He is wide open. He's got 2, 3, maybe 4 yards on the nearest defender. And like you said, if the turf monster doesn't catch him, he's going into the end zone. Really nice play design, good play call, and great execution by the Eagles. Hadn't been able to show a downfield pass game. They did right there.
Well, they hand it off, and he gets it again going around the left side. There is a flag on the play as he was near the first down marker. That was going to be a gain of, looked like 10?
Yeah, I thought so too, but judging by the way that flag was thrown, it made me think that it was going to be against the Eagles, maybe for a block in the back or something like that. But the way the officials are discussing it, maybe not.
Well, there's a heck of a lot of discussion. These guys have been busy.
Yeah, a lot
officials.
of flags. A lot of flags in this game, especially for a game that has been primarily just running. Now let's see if they pick this one up.
Yeah, they do pick it up. They say no foul on the play.
Well, and that's huge then, because that's a first down for the Eagles, and you're starting to see this is the offense that we knew they were capable of doing, and they are doing it right now. Feeling really confident in their run game, going on the either side of the ball, and then out to the passing game, finding a way to get that going too.
Another handoff and bouncing toward the outside before cutting back to the middle was Lowry.
But it's still a solid gain, right? I mean, that was first and goal at the 10, and instead he gets it up to the 7, to the 6. You got 4 downs here to get that touchdown. So you're fine making any positive yardage here. Hartley defense got to find a way to bow up here. Try to get him for no gain. kind of bleeding them with these short pitches, short handoffs, counter plays. But they're finding a little bit more room than they had right earlier in the game.
Eagles are going to take a timeout. That is their second timeout of the half. That stops the clock with 8:15 remaining here. Hartley with a 22-0 lead, but Chaminade Julienne for the first time in this game is inside the 10-yard line, looking at a second down and goal from about the 8. And the running game, Matt, it seems to me the difference on this particular drive, the big pass is huge, obviously. But they set that up by running the football, and I felt like on this drive in particular, they used a lot more misdirection than they did on the previous ones. Maybe this one, it had time to develop, whereas in the previous ones it didn't, but I think that was a big key.
Yeah, I think that's someone, you know, you can see it, probably see it in the booth. You're seeing, all right, this is what they're doing on the line. Let's see if we can kind of misdirect a different way, go a different direction, a little bit more motion, things like that. Whatever it is, it's working right now. And then obviously opening up with that pass play was huge, right when Hartley, again, was playing so many in the box, about 10 or 11, so close to the line of scrimmage. So a really nice design there. Not going to pass the ball here. At least not going to pass downfield the ball here now. So it's going to be tough to score here. But again, they're feeling confident right now. I mean, they've got everything working. And I will say, their running backs are so small. It is tough to see them within this tight formation.
They're going to hand the ball off. It's another counter play. Lowry leaning for the end zone, and he did not get there. He's down at the 1.
But that's another good gain. I mean, he's a small guy. Their line is not small by any means, though. So if they get any kind of push, he just gets right behind them and just finds whatever gap he can find, and that's exactly what he did here. Nice job. Yeah, the whole line pushed to the left. He goes to the right. There's enough of a gap for him to just dive forward and almost gets across the line.
So it is third down and goal from the 1. They're just trying to push forward. And the officials are...
Yeah, blew a whistle before the play even started.
Hartley timeout, I think. Yeah, so Bishop Hartley takes their first time out with 7:44 remaining here in the first half. Well, and, you know, they got to see what they wanted to see right there, quite frankly, because Chaminade snapped the football, and they were just pushing everybody right to the middle of the field, right?
Yeah.
You talked about those big linemen. They're just going to try to push that defensive line. All they got to do is push them back 1 yard. If they can do that and get one of those running backs to slide in behind them, they got the job done.
It's very similar to the tush push, except they weren't pushing. I mean, they were just trying to get that 1 yard without pushing the quarterback there. But, yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles aren't hiding anything here. They know exactly what they want to do. I think the Hawks know what they want to do. It's a matter of wills here right now. Who's going to stop the yard or who's going to get that yard?
Yeah, and this is one where, you know, as a defensive line, you really have to fire off on the snap almost perfectly in unison, right?
And it's one of those things, if you get an offside penalty, it doesn't really hurt you. You can give up 4 inches. So, yeah, if you can fire off that line immediately, take the chance and maybe you jump it and find a way to keep them from getting that yard.
On the flip side, if you're that offensive line, you don't want to jump early or you're backing up 5 yards.
Yep.
And they hand the ball off and try to drive it in, and the Hawks stack them up and keep them out.
That was Denham Cook, who got his hands all over Craig Kortner, who had the ball.
And there's a late flag.
Another late flag. Wow. And again, it's an interesting call to go with the pitch play because, again, by the time he gets that ball, he's at the 3-yard line. He's got to get 3 yards. And look at him just trying to find that area there, but Denham not allowing him to do it. Grabs him from behind and pulls him back. And I don't know if you know this, but Denham Cook's a strong man, so that's a tough one to try to get through his arm tackle into the end zone. Well, the officials are talking to, looks like, Earl White on the Chaminade side, which makes me think that this might be on the Hawks, and there's a decision to be had.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seems like in almost every play where there's a flag at the end of it, Elijah Berman, who is a junior offensive lineman, he is talking to the officials. When you first look at it, it makes me think, well, they must have been guilty, and he's upset about it. But as you said, maybe not, because, look, here's a long conversation. Now, this conversation also could be if there continues to be roughhousing after the play on the same team. Well, and just look at there. Berman just went off the field, too.
He did.
Oh, there it was. He was laying on his back, and he reached up, and he poked at one of the Hartley players there.
Red ball, personal foul. Number 55, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those cases, too, where Coach White's thinking, you know what, let's have a talking to. Let's get you off the field for one play. And that's a massive play, obviously, 15-yard penalty when you were where you were on the field. You know, third and very, very short to the goal line. And now you're third and, oh, actually, no, that down counted, excuse me. So this is going to be fourth down. This is even worse.
So they're going to go for a field goal here. And I think you kind of have no choice.
No, I think you have to do this. I mean, you got to get points, and this is fourth and forever trying to get it any other way. I will say he's got a very healthy Breeze behind him.
Henry Arnett is the holder, and here's a snap, and boy, that ball, they do get it away, and it is put through for the field goal. Lee Turner, with men in his face, able to kick it through and get the Eagles on the board. They are trailing the Hawks by the score of 22-3 with 7:26 remaining in the first half.
If you're an Eagles fan, you're happy you got points, but boy, what could have been, right? You were on the 1-yard line, third and goal. You think, oh, you got 2 plays to get it in, but on your third down play, you get stuffed, and then the critical penalty on a personal foul that pushes you back 15 yards, forces you to that field goal. But again, I mean, you can't probably see it on TV, but there's a probably good solid 20, 25-degree wind, or 25-mile-per-hour wind that made that field goal decision a lot easier. He's going the other direction. I think you're going for it and hoping for the best.
Well, and that personal foul, again, look, you don't ever want to have them, but that play was well over. That play was dead.
Yeah.
And whether there was a word said and you're reacting to it, you just can't.
Yeah.
And that, look what it cost you. It cost you potentially 4 points.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it wasn't like this. These are the first words said between these two teams today. There's been a lot of extra words said after almost each play. And you can understand, young guys getting fired up for a rematch of a very contested game last year. Both teams coming off a loss, really wanting this one. Got to keep the emotions in check, though.
And again, when you said young, this Chaminade Julienne roster is pretty young.
Very young, yeah.
The seniors are pretty scattered on this roster. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors.
Yeah, especially at the critical positions.
Shoemate's going to let this ball bounce, and it goes into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, if you're the Hartley offense, I mean, you've come in after a game where you were frustrated beyond belief, where you just couldn't get anything going, and now you've just been on fire. I mean, whether it's the running game, the passing game, everything is clicking right now. Your first drive, you had to punt, but ever since then, it's been touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. So don't want to let off the gas here. 19-point lead, no reason to get conservative now. I will say the passing game will be a bit tougher now. They're going to, again, that stiff Breeze. So if you're going to throw, it's going to have to be one of those short passes, get it to your playmakers and let them do the work.
Matt Galick, he's done good work tonight. A couple of big passes for him. One set up a touchdown, one resulted in a touchdown. And he hands this off to Shoemate, and he is hit immediately. And that is just a good job. Nigel Hertz, sophomore defensive lineman, was right on him.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't buying that at all, right? He got by the O-lineman. He saw Shoemate there, and right when he got the handoff, his hands were on his ankles, bringing him down. So nice job by Hertz, and that's a huge loss. We're talking 5 yards, and you're already backing up the Hartley offense to put them behind the stakes. And if you're the Eagles, here's your opportunity to get a 3 and out and get that ball right back, get your offense back on the field.
Once again, Lathan on the sideline, but he's standing there with his helmet on. Right now, it's just Shoemate's opportunity to run the football, which he will do, and he stays on his feet, and he got himself just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's still going to leave 11 yards to get the first down.
Yeah, very healthy third and long here. Nice job by the Eagles defense, backing up that big yardage loss with the quality play there to not let them pick up half that yardage back. So now let's see, are the Hawks willing to go through the air again? That Breeze is pretty stiff, but at the same time, I wouldn't bypass thinking about the pass here a little bit. They've gotten it to Wimbush a couple of times. When he's gotten the ball, he's done most of the work. A little short slant pass maybe here and let him run and go. See what happens.
He's set up wide to the right. Galick rolls that way, wants to throw and does, and that is going to be incomplete. There was some contact there, but no flag. Man in coverage was Amari Roney.
Yeah, I mean, Bryson was trying to go kind of the out and up there, and the problem is he's going to be short of the sticks if he caught that ball, and even then it was going to be a tough pass and catch. Really good coverage there. So the Hawks can't keep that momentum going on offense. And if you're the Eagles, boy, just what the doctor ordered, right? Your offense got something going on that last drive. Obviously ends up with the field goal, but then your defense comes out, pitches a shutout here, and chance to really get this ball back. And I got to say, I think this punt returner is way too far back.
Yeah, I agree with you. Aiden Lowry is the that returner. And that, yeah, as it turns out, he was really too far back.
Just a bit. And, you know, we saw this last week, too, where, you know, Matt Galick just having a little trouble finding that right spot on the ball for the punts. That one obviously went really off the back of his foot, or some part of his foot where the ball actually goes backwards. So that is an unfortunate turn of events for the Hawks. Try to keep the momentum you had going on offense, and instead you give the ball right back to the Eagles, and now they're inside their own 20 to start another offensive possession and add more points on the board.
Up to this defense to keep those points off the board. Fake of a handoff. And no, a pass attempt. Yes, there is a pass attempt. It looked like the quarterback, Manley, might keep it himself. I think the intended receiver ended up falling down in the back of the end zone.
I think that's what happened. I think Manley should have run the ball, but if you really look to his left, he had Maddox Ringer wide open after he faked the handoff to him. He just kept doing a wheel route around. And if he would have looked to the left, I mean, there was no one within a country mile of him. Just throw it up, and he would have caught the ball and walked in the end zone.
Again, sophomore quarterback, you learn by doing. And that one he didn't see.
Yeah, he'll see that one on tape and just hit his thumb and say, what was I thinking? But listen, at the same time, where he threw the ball, there was no one there. And, you know, don't make the huge mistake of turning it over there either.
And I hand it off. Lowry cuts back toward the middle. He gets hit, and Jay Zhang brings him down. A little bit of help right there at the end of the play by Jake Beatty.
Still pretty quality yardage there. He gets 5 yards on a 2nd and 10. Eagles starting to, again, move the ball a little bit better on the run game. Got to think you have 2 downs here to get a first down, and Hawk player on the ground having a little trouble getting up.
Yep, and that is Golden, who's a linebacker. Ron Golden is down on the field. They will attend to him, and fortunately he's right up, and he's coming off, limping a little bit there, but he'll miss this play. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Hartley dominated early, scored the first 22 points. Chaminade Julienne with a field goal. Defense came out and held the Hawks to 3 and out. And now they have an opportunity to get some more points. But right now they want to get it a little bit closer, 3rd down and 6.
And this just feels like a big drive for the Eagles, right? I know there's a lot of game left, but getting 6 here instead of 3 would do a massive amount for the confidence and just where they are in this game, too. I mean, you got this golden opportunity to get the ball inside the 20. You want to punch this in.
Lowry again, trying to find his way to the 10, and he does. So that'll leave a 4th down and 1.
And I don't think Coach White's even thinking about anything but going for this one.
Actually, where they'll place it, it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Well, I say that, and then
2, sorry.
He's bringing in a lot of players here that makes me think this might be a field goal attempt. Let's see. Nah, I think he was thinking field goal. Well, I think he's going to have to call timeout now. Yeah. Play clock down to 15, and yeah, he'll use it.
They're not sure what they're thinking right now, so they'll take their timeout, their final one of the half, to actually discuss it and get the right personnel on the field.
But I think that's a smart play. I mean, if you're going back and forth on 4th and 2, you're down by 19. You're inside the 15-yard line. I think it's just a prime opportunity to go for it on 4th down and see if you can get that touchdown instead of the field goal. I mean, I think being down 19 or 16, it's rather here nor there, honestly. And then worst comes to worst, what do? You leave Hartley inside their own 10-yard line possibly. So you're feeling confident in the way your defense has played after that last drive. Why not take a chance to see if your offense can pick up the couple yards?
It'll be this defense that'll be challenged here. See if they can come up with a big play. They did on the goal line a few minutes ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Denham Cook keeping the running back out of the end zone. A little bit more room to operate this time, though. You can throw the ball if you feel confident in that. Maybe trick the Hawks defense, but if you're Hartley, just stay on your P's and Q's here. Focus on what you got to focus in on.
Manley Takes that snap, hands it off to Lowry. He is caught immediately, and that play is over before it ever begins. Great job to get directly through there by Malik Tufts and end the play.
Boy, looking at Javen Manley's face, it looks like someone did something wrong here because Tufts was in there way too quickly. Oh, man. I don't know if the block just didn't get there or something went wrong. Even you can see from Chaminade Julienne, that's Joe Hudson thinking, what happened there? Because that play got busted up by Tufts way too quickly, and that is a huge defensive stop for the Hawks, keeping the Eagles off the scoreboard there.
Turnover on downs, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And now it's Gaelic. Has a chance to run this offense once again. They went 3 and out on the last possession.
And Lathan back in the ball game. He was out on that last drive. Let's see if he gets the ball here.
Send Winbush. Don't give it to him. Trying to go right up the middle, and not a lot there.
Yeah, not a lot there at all. Really nice job there. Jeffrey Blair, the senior defensive tackle, not letting Zhang even pick up a yard on that carry.
And as you talked about on the last drive, too, the way the wind is blowing, Hartley is operating with the wind in their face. So if you want to throw the football, short passes are more optimal here. This is not, with that wind, you're not going to really air it out and get it downfield.
No, yeah, like the touchdown pass that we saw earlier from Gaelic to Winbush, that ball gets in the air, it's just going to get knocked right down. So nothing wrong with pounding the run game here. You're inside of 3.5 minutes here. You'd love to keep the ball the rest of the half here if possible.
There's Lathan being pursued from behind, and he will be brought down.
And a reminder, the Eagles have no timeouts, so there's nothing they can do here. If you're the Hawks, like even another run here, you don't get the first down, that's fine. Take another 40 or so off the play clock and knock it down to 2 minutes or so, punt this ball and play defense, try to keep a 19-point lead heading into the half. That wouldn't be the worst situation. Obviously, ideally, you'd love to get the first down here. But 3rd and long, just got to be careful. Don't do anything crazy here and turn the ball over.
Fake a handoff. Now Winbush takes it coming around. And here he is over the 20, the 25. He's going to be brought down just before he gets to the 35-yard line. They'll place it at about the 32 where he went out of bounds. Exactly what they needed. And as you talked about, you get that first down. That clock keeps on rolling. The Eagles can't stop it.
Absolutely, yeah. Now you're in position where you can keep the ball the rest of the half. Nice job by Bryson Winbush, just following his blockers, finding the hole there. Benjamin Lakes gets the final tackle there for the Eagles. Just a really nice job by the Hawks, getting it to their playmaker, letting him do the work, but even better job by the blockers, making sure he had room to work.
Marcus Hemphill leading the way with the blockers there. He had a big one that allowed Winbush to turn the corner. Gaelic, he wants to throw it, swings it to Lathan. He's got a man to beat. Great job to stop and then restart, and that's going to get him back over the line of scrimmage. That was set up for a loss on that play, and because of his hesitation and acceleration, he got positive yardage.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't even sure he was going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but really nice job of doing that. Again, gutsy call to be throwing it. It looked like could have been even a backward pass, too. Wasn't sure if that was, if he drops that ball, would have been a fumble, but doesn't matter. He gets 2-3 yards, and the Hawks keep the clock rolling.
Gaelic looking to throw again, and he does. Flips it out to Hemphill. It takes a big hit, and the ball is on the turf. And the guy that delivered that hit was Kalen Russell.
Yeah, nice hit, and it was a scary hit only because it was right at his knee. He was hoping nothing too bad there, but yeah, you can understand why he dropped this ball. You get hit right there. Oh, happy to see he's just standing up, not even limping, just kind of walking that one off. But I mean, that's football right there. You want to make sure you lay a hard hit to make sure he can't catch that ball. That would have been a nice passing catch too.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Just under 2 minutes left. The clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. Hand it off and go right up the middle with it. Good job there by Lathan to get some good yardage. And in a situation now where it's going to be 4th down and 2.
Yeah, and this is if you're Coach Birchfield, you're thinking, hey, if we're going to go for it, let's do it. But if you're not, maybe try to draw them offside. If you are going to punt the ball, use up all that 40-second play clock before you do that.
Gaelic will pitch it. And they've got the first down easily. They've got a lot more coming toward the near sideline. Is Lathan. He's inside the 30. Breaks back toward the middle. He gets hit. Still trying to stay on his feet. And finally is brought down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
There's a flag on the play, but I'm thinking this is a sideline warning, if anything. Or maybe the flag honestly just fell out of his. Yeah, I think actually the flag just fell out of his pants. which is, for this crew right now, it's just been a problem.
Yeah. He didn't even know.
No, he
Somebody
didn't know
had to
at
bring
all.
him the flag. They go, hey, you dropped this.
I figured where he dropped it had to be a sideline warning because it was
Yeah.
just right there, and nothing happened in the play that would have warranted a flag. But, yeah, nice job by Lathan there. You saw that little juke halfway through, found a way to get him another 15, 20 yards. He just looks like a different player in this game, and probably a little fresher, too, because he's not playing every drive either.
Fake him the handoff, and the throw gets tipped and falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. Hemphill had a couple blockers in front of him. He had Zhang in front of him, as well as a couple offensive linemen that had come out. But nice job by the Eagles getting their hands up, making that a tougher throw for Gaelic, and obviously getting their fingers on it to make sure that ball got to the ground.
Feels like they want to get Hemphill involved in this offense. And, again, this is, it's for right now, but it's also for the big picture because he's a huge guy. If they can start to get him the football, they want him to be a weapon.
100%, yeah. I mean, we already know about Winbush, you know about Shoemate, you know about Lathan and Zhang, but if they can get Hemphill and Denham Cook, as those two guys on the outside, as big as they are, the ball, boy, what a gift that would be.
They throw to him again, and it goes through his hands, incomplete. Nothing but a quick slant right there.
That was absolutely a quick slant, and what a bullet throw by Gaelic. That's a tough one to catch, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure Marcus should be the first one to tell you I should have caught it. Nice to see that Gaelic, again, with this breeze, you got to zip it in there. He did exactly that. I like the throw, just the execution a little bit off.
So it is now 3rd down and 10.
And again, the Hawks are in field goal range on a normal day. With this win, I'm sure they'd like to be a lot closer.
Oh, Lathan coming on a little counter, and he's got a lot of room. He's going to get it all the way to the end zone. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just special stuff from Robert Lathan there, right? That little delayed handoff. First off, kudos to the Hog Mollies up front. Look at them make some ways here. Look at Zach Parker. He leads the way, gets that lap block right there. Nicely done. And then the block up front, too, by Winbush. And then the rest of it's all Lathan. I mean, just dragging the defenders into the end zone. What a bounce-back game for him after what was a frustrating one last week. Him and that hair. Happy with the I'm sorry, I'm just jealous of how much hair he's got. That's fantastic. Happy with his performance so far.
Gillies with the extra point. That is good. And the Hartley Hawks now building a 29-3 lead over the Eagles of Chaminade Julienne. And what a great last drive of the half that was for the Hartley Hawks.
Well, especially considering two of the biggest plays came on 3rd and long. I mean, that's what is the difference in that drive right there. Both times the Eagles had a chance to get their offense back on the field. But twice on 3rd down, the Hawks get a big first down conversion. And then on 4th down, they get a conversion. So, I mean, what a response drive after the defense gets a huge stop on 4th and gets a turnover on downs, I should say. They respond with 2 big 3rd down conversions. They had a 4th down conversion, punch it in with 33 seconds. What a way to go into the half.
And that defense will get a little bit more work here. These final 33 seconds.
Again, this was a good Chaminade defense coming in, not giving up many points. 12 points to Taft, only 10 points to Miamisburg. Now to lay a 29 on them in the first 24 minutes, you got to feel really good if you're Hartley about the way the offense is playing so far.
Gillies boots it deep. This one taken at the 10-yard line. Lowry angling toward the far side of the field, stops, tries to cut back, gives up a little bit of ground, looking for a blocker, and he's got one. Finally, he's going to step out of bounds. And they're going to mark this, it looks like at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, not bad by Lowry. I mean, you've got nothing but about 20 or so seconds left in the half. Why not try to make something happen? Don't see anything on the left side. Go to the right side, see if your speed can outrun the Hawks. Special teamers out there. Doesn't do it, but pretty good kick return. As he just try to make a play before the end of the half.
Javen Manley with those 23 seconds, no timeouts. Gonna take the ball and hand it off. Trying to go around the left side with nowhere to go. Malachi Maddox-Ringer.
Yeah, I like him, man. He is a player. He is small, but he is tough to bring down. And you can tell when he gets the ball, he's going to be pretty electric. Something the Hawks got to definitely key in on the second half. I think they're going to find a way to get him the ball a little bit more.
Well, that is going to be the last play of the first half. So the Hartley Hawks, they have found their offensive touch here tonight. in the air, on the ground. And as the first half comes to an end, Hartley's up 29-3.
Yeah, and I think Coach Murphill's going to be very happy with that half defense coming up with a couple of big stops. Discipline been a problem for both teams, but especially Julienne. That personal foul penalty was brutal as they had the ball right there on 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Had a chance to get a touchdown and instead ended up with 3. But again, for the Hawks, not much to complain about. Defense looking good, offense obviously looking great. No turnovers. And just overall on a homecoming night, the crowd are really happy with the performance.
Homecoming night indeed. So the celebrations at halftime are about to begin. We'll take a break, and when we come back, I will speak with Andrew Jahan, who is vice principal and is in charge of the operations here at Bishop Hartley. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find. He may not know. But
I hope he does.
If he doesn't, yeah, well, I hope he does too. And if he doesn't, I'll make something up for him, and that'll be his new job. Anyway, we're going to have that conversation here at halftime. The Hartley Hawks up 29-3 over the Eagles of Chaminade Julienne.
Tonight's broadcast is being presented by Yamo Media, Training ABC, Kimball Midwest, Rees Flowers and Gifts, Myers Wealth Management, Lazarus Golf, Bob Boyd Lincoln of Columbus, and we'd like to thank our Platinum family sponsors.
Attention all caregivers. Sign up now to receive your free tickets to the 5th annual Caring for the Caregiver Expo, Saturday, November 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Boathouse, 679 West Spring Street. Presented by Franklin County's Office on Aging, the 5th annual Caring for the Caregiver Expo is a free event for caregivers with services that include massages, reflexology, manicures, yoga, aerobics and line dancing, free lunch and learn, exhibitors, vendors, prizes, and so much more. Go to caringforthecaregiverexpo.com to register. Pampering services are first come, first serve. Lunch provided while supplies last. This is a Spencer for Hire Media 18 and over event.
Welcome back here to Jack Ryan Field at Bishop Hartley, where the Hawks have a 29-3 lead at halftime over Chaminade Julienne. I'm Bob McElligott back with you, and I'm joined by Andrew Jahan, who's Vice Principal of Operations here at Bishop Hartley. When Matt was with me at the end of the second quarter, I said, I wonder what that operations thing is. He goes, I don't know. He said he might not know either. And I said, well, we're joking around about it. And then I saw you down at the other end of the press box making sure that music got played or doing something down there. So I figured that's the operations part of it.
It's day to day, Bob. Sometimes your day gets dictated to you as well. So whatever keeps us running. Whatever keeps us running.
That's what it's been about. That's what you've been about ever since I've known you here over the course of the last, I don't even know how many years it is now. But tell me how things are going here for you. I mean, you're a guy, you're a student here, you come back here, you work as part of the faculty, you're now an assistant principal here. I mean, in some ways, literally, and I know this about you, this is kind of living the dream.
Yeah, it is. I've been here since I was 6, 8 years old, running around here too. So my sisters went here, kind of was raised here and been around, and so went to high school here. Just had a really phenomenal experience. Met my wife here. Met my best friend who's doing the broadcast today here. Another best friend as well. Yeah. Actually, one of my best friend's mother-in-law is having a reunion tonight, so shout out to RJ and Joan Lilly, the class of '79 as well. But it's been like family. It was really impactful in my life. So when I decided what I wanted to do, I wanted to be back here and started out teaching, and then the opportunity presented itself and decided there was a greater calling too.
Well, as you talked about coming back and those classes that are celebrating their reunions here this weekend, you got to, over the course of the next couple of weeks, you're going to have some other ones, some big number reunions, as a matter of fact. But it is all about getting people back here to the Hartley community, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think football is always a great opportunity to bring people back. It's kind of like throwing a big event each night. Hawkfest was really nice. We got rained on, but still for an hour and a half, we had a really great experience moving into the TAC. And you get to see some of those faces that you don't always get to reconnect with often. So this is always a great opportunity in the fall. The weather's turning out to be nice as well. So just enjoy getting everyone out here. Always want people to come here more as well, too, for different events.
All right. I can't find your I'm looking for your class is celebrating your 20-year reunion this year.
This is a big shout out. We've been planning. I shouldn't say I've been planning.
I was going to ask you, did you
My
get roped
wife
into that
and
too?
other people have been planning
okay.
The reunion as well. Matt's been helping to plan it too. And it's coming up on October 11th, I think, and 12th.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We're playing Bloom Carroll.
Yep.
And then the following night, we're all going out. So get excited to see everyone come back. We got a class of like 143. So.
Oh, this is why I can't find it, because it's all right here in front of my face. So, yeah, it's going to be October 11th and the 12th, Bloom Carroll. You're absolutely right. And then celebration at Sweet Harmony Canal.
Yeah. So Sweet Harmony Canal is owned by a Hartley family, the Smiths. So it's great to be able to go there. It's a nice little venue, too. So something a little different for us to be able to go and gather and share some time together. Still keep in touch with a lot of people. I think we're a pretty close class. I know I have said some of my best friends from that class too, but I think it's a pretty close group as far as, we saw probably like 15 of us went to a Clippers game this summer to celebrate Matt actually too. So it was great to see all those guys. And when you get back together, it feels like it hasn't been that long. We've been away.
I hope Matt is helping to plan for that, because any guy that can land from Paris at 5:20 in the afternoon and be here at 7 o'clock to do the football game, it's really funny to me, because how many times has he turned us down because he had to go to Athens? But and I'm not talking about Athens, Greece. I'm talking about Ohio. But he can go to Paris, France, and he can be here in time for the game.
When he told me, he told me last week, he said, I can do the game. I said, you're coming back from Paris, right? And he goes, yeah. I did not realize he was getting off the plane and coming here. It was shocking. I was like, hey, are you still texting him earlier? He's like, yeah, I'm getting off the plane. I'm flying over the field right now. So
I'm jealous.
Man.
Like I've done a lot of things where I've gotten off a plane, but I've never gone from that distance.
No.
So I'm impressed with him, actually, as a matter of fact. Talking with Andrew Jahan. He's an assistant principal here at Bishop Hartley. You still teach history?
I do. So I was doing video production for a while, and then I got back into U.S. history this year, so I'm excited. We moved a block, which I know you probably talked with Chris about last week, so I was excited. It's a freshman course, so it was a great opportunity to be able to get some of those new kids in and meet them. I love teaching in that sense of when I get to know those kids, I get to see them and build relationships with them as they go through high school, see them around and get to know them a little bit better, because as you get into administration, you can sometimes get detached from that, but that's an intentional time I get to have with them, and really I love teaching U.S. history, try to go from Civil War as far as we can up to the 2000s, and history is never shrinking, so it's just always a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you do anything else? You still do the audio visual at all?
I help out. We have another guy doing it, so I've been kind of trying to mentor him, and he's doing a great job. He's got a lot of expertise, and we brought him over, Mr. Scott, over a few years ago, and he kind of shadowed last year as we were doing it. So now he's taking it over, and I told him you got to make it his own. So he's big into podcasting, so we're trying to build up some different elements of it as well.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
What other things have changed here in the last couple of years that have been like really good changes for the students? Some things that, whether you've been involved in them or you've just seen them kind of take shape and take place, that have really helped this to become a better place?
I think the house system always continues to evolve, and I think the great thing about that program is that it's so dynamic that gives us the opportunity to do new things. We've added a day centered around our pillars, where we're just doing pillar-based activities. For example, on November 1st, we'll do a day of faith and service where it's all about, we're going to celebrate Mass, and then we're going to get together and do service. And we send our seniors out to our parishes and feeder schools. And then we added another day called the Day of Preparation and Leadership, where we bring people back and it's about real life skills. You know, Mason Sawyer, I don't remember. I saw him earlier tonight. Kind of came up was like, we want this real life Wednesdays thing going, and we're like, okay. It was hard to do the Wednesday, so like let's make it a full day. So the kids get to like pick sessions. For the seniors, we do a financial session. We bring in guest speakers from all over, just kind of give them a flavor of just different careers, and then they get to do things like change a tire, balance a checkbook, learn their finances too.
Yeah,
So it's not
pretty
enough.
important.
Yeah, it's not enough, but it's good opportunity.
Oh, well, that's great. Absolutely great. And yeah, and it's always growing here. That's one thing I love about this place is that it's always growing. And we were talking about how you were a student here, and then you're a teacher here, and it's kind of like you've moved through with a group,
Yeah.
and now you're in that kind of senior management group. But you guys have all come up together.
Yeah, it's been good.
Makes it a lot easier, right?
Yeah. So our administration all started together. We added another administrator this year, Colleen Schaffhausen, who actually graduated with Matt and I, which was really cool to bring her back. But kind of get into that fourth year ourselves. So as an administrator, when you kind of get to that fourth year, you're growing like a kid would grow in high school too, and you're learning a lot and what it takes too. There's a lot, Bob, that you'd be surprised at an education school or even an administration school. They don't tell you that you're going to do. So when they say operations, that's they don't. There's not a school for operations necessarily. So you kind of learn and adapt and grow as you go.
I would imagine operations. There's not a school. There's a call. There's a text. There's an email.
Yeah.
There's a list.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. You are
It's
right.
got all those things turn into a list.
Yep.
And then you got to get it all
Yep.
done. Well, Andrew, thank you so much. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you all those years ago, bringing me in here to be a part of this Bishop Hartley family. Always, I appreciate that, and being able to be a part of this. And thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me. And this is so much nicer than last week at this time. So
Yes. Yeah, Bob, we appreciate you so much. And, we talk about this all the time, but you helped start this and where it's evolved to be able to bring this experience home to families at home, but people who can't make it to the game either, and be able to give them a great experience and see our football team, but also see our community as well. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. That's Andrew Jahan. He's the Vice Principal Operations here at Bishop Hartley. It's halftime. The Hawks have a 29-3 lead. We'll be back with more here on Yamo Media. Bob McElligott, Matt Barnes with you here at Jack Ryan Field. Bishop Hartley with a 29-3 lead over Chaminade Julienne, getting ready to start the second half of this game. The Hartley Hawks, who couldn't get much offense going last week, they were able to get a lot of it going in the first half of this game, Matt. And I think the best part about it was it wasn't just a running game. That's what you expect from the Hartley Hawks. But there were a couple of good passing plays. One of them led to a touchdown directly. The other one set up a touchdown. When you can get it all going, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, that diversity, right? It makes it so hard to defend when the threat of the pass is there to go with the rush attack that is always so steady and sturdy for the Hawks. And it's been a variety of weapons. Aaron Shoemate's got a touchdown. Robert Lathan has a touchdown. We've seen Bryson Winbush with a couple of huge plays for them. This has just been a very diversified attack from the Hawks. And I think what's really nice, too, is getting the confidence back in this offense. The offense that really had trouble getting going against Ursuline, and I'm sure the frustration was starting to set in. Now a chance to kind of get the whole playbook out there. And, you know, it's only week 3. You still got some tough games ahead of you. But you'd like to get the momentum going now before you get Watkins, Ironton, and then, of course, those big couple ones against Waterston to DeSales. So this one's got to feel good to feel like you have the run and pass game clicking at the same time.
Yeah, and Robert Lathan, taking a look at him in one of his runs here in this game, and he's been so good. And he and Aaron Shoemate have kind of shared the duties a little bit. And, again, that's okay because you want as many guys as you can to be able to run the football.
Yeah, you want fresh legs out there, right? And they both have different styles, too. Robert's a little bit more of a patient runner. He gets the vision. Shoemate a little bit faster, a little more of a scat back. It's nice to see all of them finding ways to get positive yardage and helping that offense out.
Ball picked up by Aiden Lowry at about the 22-yard line. He gets to the wide side of the field and makes some cuts. He's going to get to the 35, and that's where the Hawks will track him down, and that's where the Eagles offense will start here in the third quarter.
And this is the Eagles offense that, again, had their moments. You know, they had the one long drive that ended in a field goal that probably should have ended in a touchdown if not for a penalty. And then a couple of other plays where you can see the real spark in this offense if they can really kind of get the misdirection going. But and then obviously the long pass play as well that kind of threw the Hawks off guard. They can get back to that. They've got a shot to maybe cut into this lead, but it's going to be a long road to hoe when you're down 26 with their offense.
Javen Manley, the young quarterback, hands it off on a counter play, breaking one tackle, and powering forward is Malachi Maddox-Ringer. You talked about him in the first half about how much you like him, and that's exactly why. He took something that didn't look like it would get much and turned it into a decent game.
Yeah, again, he's just so hard to see behind that line, and then once he gets by the line, he's so quick. I just really like the way he plays. A really physical style for such a small guy. I think he's got a real nice future. He's only a junior. Come back next year even stronger. And, yeah, I think Chaminade real smart to continue to feature him in this offense.
Got 7 on that play. And they're going to hand it off again. He breaks off a would-be tackle. He's got enough for the first down. Now, there are flags on the play. One came early before he broke free and turned the corner. The other one came later. I don't know if they're both for the same thing or not.
Yeah, I don't either. And, you know, you see those flags like that, you assume it's on the offense for a hold or something like that. Let's see.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 11. Penalty, first down.
Well, no, it is not on the offense. It is on Malik Tufts and the defense.
And that says a lot right there that they face mask Maddox-Ringer, and all he does is shake it off and find a way to get around the corner for another 8 yards or so. And got a little bit of a limp here, but something tells me they're still going to give him the rock, and he's going to go with it. He's just a tough kid, you can just tell. And, again, he's doing a nice job of keeping this Eagles offense humming right now at a time when they kept getting a little stagnant.
Now they're at the Hawks' 35-yard line. They hand it off to him again, and look, he just will not go down. They're still trying to wrestle him down. The whistle comes before an actual tackle, and it was Denham Cook that had him at the very end. And you see Cook doing a little bit of, talking there with Jay Zhang about, hey, what are we going to do to slow this guy down?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of, just staying in your lanes, right? Mind your gaps and make sure you keep them. But they're doing a really nice job of blocking one way, and then he's cutting against the grain. And, again, he's just so quick. And so small that if you miss him, he's gone. So, the Hawks did a nice job on that play, only getting 1 yard. But even then, that looked like it could have been a 3-yard loss, and he found a way to get positive yards.
Now they're looking to throw the ball. And that pass to the near sideline, incomplete. Well, they were looking in his direction again. I don't know if he was the intended man or if it was the man that was just up a little bit, and it looks like that might have been who it was, Joe Hudson.
Yeah, nice tall receiver, good target to go to. But, yeah, that pass was a little too hot, and good defense there by Huey Reed. He was a part of that breakup for the Hawks defense there as the Eagles trying to get the passing game going. They haven't gone to it very often. The one time they did was a really nice pass play. But the rest of it has been a little sketchy. Haven't been able to really get clicking on that.
A lot of checking of the play call here on the wristbands. They'll get the snap away with 5 seconds on the play clock. Lowry, he gets the ball and he gets tackled immediately.
Yeah, and that's one of those play calls you see Hartley do every now and then, right? Where it's fake the long pitch and then you hand it off to one of the up men to see, see if he can counter his way around the other side. But a really nice tackle there.
C.J. Bartoni on that tackle.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're in that kind of, you know, what do you do situation. I think because you're down 26, CJ's just going to probably go for this. You know, you're 4th and 6. The whole playbook is open, but obviously passing would make it easier to get the 6 yards. But just don't trust that passing game right now.
Fake the handoff. Look to throw. There's pressure by Tufts, but the pass is away, and the man is wide open at the 15 and all the way down to the 5-yard line. Who do you think it is? Yeah, Malaki Maddox-Ringer out of the backfield and with the catch.
Very similar to the play they had earlier in the game, just in the second quarter, where he had the same wheel route, and Hartley forgot to cover him. Same thing. He's going to roll to the right. No one looks at Malachi Maddox-Ringer on the left side. This time, the quarterback does find him. And a nice, easy throw when he's that wide open. He almost gets to the end zone. But I don't know. You cannot lose that guy. He's their biggest playmaker. I know he's small, but you got to find him.
Down here, they run it right up the middle and get it down to the 1-yard line before they're stacked up.
Yeah, just back to that last pass play. I mean, Javen Manley, well done by him. He goes to the right. He sees the pressure in front of him. He knows he's got nothing. This is 4th and long. He's got to do something with that ball. What's he do? Gets to the left side, finds his man. You just can't take a sack there, so he keeps the play alive. That's all you're trying to do, and really nice job there.
2nd down and goal. Quick handoff, and Lowry finds his way to the end zone, and we've got flags again.
I can't imagine what this one is. I mean, that play looked like a pretty innocuous play, just a 1-yard run. See what the referee saw.
Not sure. Unsportsmanlike conduct call on the offense. It's a dead ball foul, so it's after the touchdown.
And I hope it wasn't for the ball toss, because it looked like he was tossing the ball to the referee.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't look like it was going toward a player.
They're going to assess the penalty on the kickoff. They were starting to move back the extra point.
Yep.
Rain is starting to fall again here at Bishop Hartley.
Yep, the umbrellas are going up, and you wonder if rain like this might hamper some of the passing plays that these offensive coordinators are going to call. But thankfully, these two teams very happy to run the ball as much as possible, so I think this won't affect them too much.
An extra point had just enough on it to get through, so Lee Turner puts it on the board, and that will make it a 29-10 game in favor of the Hartley Hawks as Chaminade Julienne comes down the field. They convert on the 4th down, the big play on the 4th down that keeps things alive, and then eventually they get into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, I want to tell you how you can turn your Ohio tax dollars into scholarship assistance for Bishop Hartley students today through your donation to the Scholarship Granting Organization, or SGO, of up to $750 or $1,500 for married couples filing jointly. You'll get an Ohio tax credit or even a tax refund for your donation. That means you can use your Ohio tax dollars to support students and their experiences at Bishop Hartley. It's a win-win for Hartley and for your tax bill. Visit bishophartley.org.sgo or scan the QR code on your screen to learn more.
Well, if you're the Eagles, you got to feel really good about that drive. You need to come out and score points with the ball after halftime. You do exactly that, and doing it in a pretty solid way, too, and finding ways to get that run game going. Also took advantage of a couple penalties as well, a face mask penalty that gave them an extra 15 yards. But all in all, a positive start to the second half where you've got a long road to go to get this back to level. And if you're the Hartley defense, not the way you want to start this half by any means. You were doing a really nice job keeping them to 3 points in the first half, and then to let them drive down the field, especially on a missed assignment on that pass play on 4th down. Something to talk about as you try to close this one out.
Winbush and Lathan are the deep men, And this ball is going to go in the direction of Winbush. Picks it up on the hop at the 20-yard line. Looking toward the near side of the field. Finds a little bit of room. Good cutback. Flags everywhere as he gets to the 42-yard line. And it is at the 42 where he's brought down to Sean Tarrant on the tackle.
And this is probably going to be a block in the back. I think all the Hawks were thinking he was going to stay going down the middle on the right side. Instead, he cut it back to the left and caused them to.
You're absolutely right. Block in the back.
Yep.
Let's see if we see it here. Not that one.
It's not there.
The flags are already flying, so it happened somewhere.
Somewhere else.
Tell you what, those flags have gotten a workout tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. We've seen way too much yellow out there.
Yeah, it is. I'm not saying that they're not warranted, but boy, they sure do slow down the game.
Guess I would be, Bob.
No. I just would rather quit looking at the officials and look at the players.
Completely agree.
Winbush comes in motion. They hand it off, and Lathan breaks the first tackle. There's a flag. Yep, I knew it. And he's brought down out of bounds. I thought there was a face mask there. There's another flag. Hey, 2 for the price of 1.
I tell you what.
It's just like there's nothing you can say as a coach, obviously, but just be quiet.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's too much jabbering at the end of each one of these plays, and there's no need for it.
There's the first one.
That's an easy call right there, and that's obvious. But end of a play here. He puts his head down, he throws him down, and then just a little bit of talking.
And did you not see the first one?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need.
No,
there's no need anyway. But I mean, you're already being penalized.
Correct.
Don't.
And I do wonder if this is going to be more about talking, or was it, the way he kind of grabbed him, he did look like he kind of got him under the helmet. Either way, you can't enforce 2 of these face masks, so. Oh, they are going to enforce both of these.
What?
I guess they're calling that on Robert after I thought got taken down by the helmet.
Yeah.
I guess he must have said something. So, no harm, no foul after all that.
It's a long conversation for nothing.
Yes, exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
I guess that's my thing tonight. It's the number of flags is one thing. The length of time it takes to make a decision is the other thing.
Well, my favorite have been the couple times where there's been a flag and they picked it up.
Yep. Yeah.
Those are infuriating as well.
We've seen it all.
Yep. Yeah, we really have.
Let me guess. They're going to walk this and then walk it back.
Got to do both.
Do you?
That's just a proper procedure in referee school.
I know. You can skip it today. I think after 15 flags in the game, you could just goes here.
The ponchos are out.
You can tell me who in this stadium is going to say, no. You got to walk it up and back.
Yeah. I don't think you'll lose a playoff assignment for it.
In any event, it winds up 1st and 13. Does it? Yes, it does. Here's a pitch. And Lathan. Oh, look at him picking through that defense and up the near sideline, and he's out of bounds over the 30. He's going to be out to he's past the 33, out to the 35. That's good for a first down.
Check out the blocking. This is what does the whole play right here. You got Jay Zhang leading the way out there on the outside. Really nice job. Look at him still pushing this guy, and then Roberts is following. Jay's looking for more people to block, and the play's over. I love that. Just great job by the guys in front of Lathan, who, again, is a really patient runner, as we've mentioned numerous times. Waits for those blocks to take before he gets going.
Lathan with it again. Again, there's that patience. Oh, he's just trying to shrug off the would-be tackler, and this time he can't get away.
Yeah, nice job by Gunnar Davis. First off, great name for a linebacker. But secondly, nice job of not letting that stiff arm keep him from making that tackle, kind of push him outside. Still got positive yardage there, but if he's not there, he's got some blockers in front of him, and Robert makes that a much bigger gain.
Just feel like this is Lathan's drive here.
Yeah, I think this is the grinded-out drive that he loves taking charge of, and I think Hartley loves calling it. Give him the rock and let him do his work. See if he can wear down this Eagles defense. Nice 8-9-minute drive in the quarter.
And they fake the handoff to him this time and now toss it to the outside. Winbush has it at the 40. And Bryson will get to the first down marker and beyond.
Boy, been really impressed with Matt Galick today. I tell you what, his passing has been fantastic. He had one overthrow, and the one overthrow he had, it was thrown across his body. Every other throw has been absolutely on point. This one, again, a bullet pass, gets Bryson in the hands, gives him a chance to then catch it and get upfield. I mean, that's just well done. And I love to see this passing game get going because it just opens up the run game, whether it's a jet sweep to go in between the tackle. All good confidence builders for the weeks ahead.
And I love the end of that catch and run there. 4 white jerseys around him. Didn't matter. He got 4 extra yards.
Yep, and that's going to be offside. Little jumpy by the left defensive end there, jumping with the motion.
And again, that is on Elijah Berman. He's had a tough night tonight. Now you take a 1st and 10, make it a 1st and 5.
Yeah, and the Hawks don't need any help on offense right now, and the Eagles doing that with the lack of discipline there on that play.
Hand it off. Try the middle. Pick up a couple. But as you were talking about, as you're trying to get on one of the patented long drives like Hartley can do, that's a perfect play.
Yeah.
Like you've got a 1st down and 5. Now you've got a 2nd down and 3. Like you don't need to get it all in one burst.
Not at all.
Take it in small chunks. Let the clock run.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that could have been easily a Jay saying up man, get 2-3 yards on a quick halfback dive. Instead, this time Lathan on the counter delay. Nothing wrong with that because those 2 yards just make it 2nd and even shorter.
See what they'll do with it this time. Gonna pitch it back to Lathan. Oh, he just shrugs his way through there. And then he powers over a man. 2 men going toward the end zone. Inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Did he not hear me say you don't need to get it all at one time? But if you can get it.
You do it. Boy, there are about 3 highlights in one there. I mean, how great is that? First off, again, patience. Love that. The blocking is fantastic. A little sidestep. That was after a face mask. Then he pushes off a defender, shakes off another one, and then he waits for Winbush to get the block. He actually doesn't need it. I'm just going to run by everyone anyways and go for the touchdown.
That was fantastic.
Oh, man. I mean, everything about that was a grown man's run. And that's, again, what a relief for him to come out here and dominate the way he likes to every time he plays on this field. And, you know, after, again, a tough last week, he has come back with a vengeance in week 3.
Malcolm Gillies trying to give him that extra point, and that's exactly what he does. So that will make it a 36-10 game. .524 left in the 3rd quarter here, and let's take a look at this one more time. And this is
I mean, it's just fantastic. Again, missed tackle there. There's the face mask. Then watch me just boom, get out of my way. Then brush off that tackle. And then again, maybe wait for the block. I don't need patience anymore. I'm just faster than everyone else. It's just a great touchdown run.
47 yards. As you just said, the first 8 were tough.
Yeah, and the rest.
After that, he just took full advantage of what he had in front of him. Well, let's talk about the house system here at Bishop Hartley. And the house system allows intentional mentoring and leadership, and it also builds family. Each day, kids meet with their mentor group of 18 to 20 students from all grades. There are competitions between the 6 houses all year long, and points are awarded. Aquinas is the reigning champ from last year, and the last house day was on Friday, August 23rd. Featured gaga ball, relay races, pickleball, rescue the mascot, Hartley word scramble, and art competition, which was create a tide flag for your house. And we've got the updated standings. I'll go through these after the kickoff. As Aiden Lowry was in. What house were you in?
Oh, they didn't have that.
They didn't have that. That's right. I'm sorry. They didn't do that.
No, that's just how old I am. That's why we're having a 20-year reunion, Bob.
There you go. You can talk about how you didn't have the luxury of having a house system when you were here. Now they're just putting the football out. I'll go through these standings now, okay? Told you Aquinas is the reigning champion. Well, they're on top so far this year with a total of 9 points. So they're right back in there once again. And they've got a 3-point lead. Oh, well, actually, they're tied with the Springs. This was not in numeric order, and I should have checked that. They have a really slight lead because Victory's only has 8 points. It's only one behind them, so not a lot of competition so far. They'll get there throughout the course of the year. Here's a little chip shot kick, and that one's off the hands of one of the Eagles. And ironically, the guy that dropped it was Maddox Ringer, and he hasn't dropped anything all night.
I mean, he's been fantastic all night long. So, for him to make, I wouldn't say it's a mistake because he got the ball right back. But, yeah, just the rare minor goof there. But Hart skips a beat initially and just picked that ball over. Actually, just fall on it, get down.
I see why Hart skipped the beat.
Yeah.
Because when he looked up, you could see exactly what he saw there. Camden Caldwell bearing down on him.
That's terrifying, right?
My heart
in
would
a
skip a
vulnerable
beat,
position
too.
like that, yeah.
I'd be like, you know what, I really don't need this.
Nope.
In any event, so here he is again. He gets the football, he breaks 2 tackles, and look out. Up the near sideline, inside of Hartley territory, inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
I mean, this kid he's just fun to watch, isn't he? I mean, I'm trying to think of a comparable to him, but he's just tiny and quick. But, I mean, right there, it's the same counterplay. They've run this numerous times. But right there, boom. I mean, there's not much of a gap there, but brushes off 2 tackles. And my favorite part here, he could easily run out of bounds here, right? He's got Camden Caldwell. Like, nah, I'm going to just try to get 3, 4, or 5 more yards.
Yeah, you know what he said? You thought you were going to get me on the kickoff, and I kind of blew that play. I got you on this one, and I'll take another 3.
Yeah, he's a special guy.
I give it to him again. He wants to get around the left side. He will get hit, and Denham Cook got him this time and brought him down. He's still going to get positive yardage, but not as much as he thought he would.
No, exactly. And part of that was that Denham Cook went under the block, and the block was ahead of him, and then I was like, I'm going right as a heat-seeking missile to the ball. Nice job grabbing him. And, again, we just saw him brush off 2 tackles on the last play. Nice of Denham to make sure he got his hands on him and brought him down securely.
So it is a 2nd down, and let's call it 7. And this time, not much room to run.
Yeah, I went to the up man, and they honestly haven't done that very much in this game at all. You see Hartley do that a lot more with Jay Zhang. They've been giving it more to their smaller backs on the outside. You can maybe see why that happens, because they just don't seem to get as much yardage on those kind of plays.
So 3rd down play coming up, and probably 2 down territory. Actually, definitely 2 down territory right here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, look out for that passing play again.
Oh, ball's on the ground, and good job by the quarterback to get that ball back into his possession. Javen Manley mishandled the exchange there.
Yeah, and probably a bit of a damp football after that little rain we had just about 10 minutes ago. Not surprised that we have one bit of a fumbled handoff there. Handoff, or I guess in this time an exchange on this with the center quarterback. But nice job, make sure he falls on to keep the drive alive here on 4th down. And we've seen them convert on 4th down before. Again, watch that wheel route from Maddox Ringer again.
Well, this time they want to throw, and they flush the quarterback out of the pocket. He does throw back inside the 10-yard line, and that ball is caught. And getting in on things here is Anthony Clemens Jr.
Again, another sophomore, and again, it's a very young Chaminade Julienne team. You got a sophomore quarterback doing a nice job trying to find something. I thought he was going to run for it. It seemed like he had the room there to get the 1st down, but instead finds the open man. Good throw. Make sure it's only a place where his guy can catch it. 1st down. Nice job by the sophomore.
And now they're going to run it. Lowry trying to pick his way to the end zone, and he does for the touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run turned in by Aiden Lowry.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're the Eagles, now you're just trying to find some positive momentum heading into maybe the next week, because this game may be a little bit out of reach. But, I mean, I got to be honest, big fan of the way they're playing in this 2nd half. A lot tougher. Look at the blocking. I mean, all the Hawks are in the middle, and he's on the outside and almost goes in untouched because of the way they blocked that. So, really nice job by the Eagles. 2 drives in this half and 2 touchdowns.
And they will add on the extra point. That's going to make it 36-17. Hartley with the lead, 2:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So the Hawks, they weren't able to burn up as much time on the clock there in the 3rd quarter, but they got the touchdown. That's really what you're here for. You're here for the points, but the defense unable to stop Chaminade Julienne. And again, I'll tell you the most impressive play on that Well, there at the end there, especially the fourth down. You fumble third down. Now you're looking at 4th down and 5, and you have no margin for error, and they just come up with a nice play to get it done.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, I love the fact you put the trust right back in the quarterback, right? He fumbles that snap. You're like, all right, shake it off. Let's do it again. Put the ball back in your hands, and we're going to trust you to go find somebody. If you can't find somebody, go run for it. Again, I thought he should have run for it, but again, what do I know? He thinks he has more confidence in finding the open man, and he got the pass completed. So, and as you said, you look up and down this roster, there's not a lot of 12s on here.
Right.
There's a lot of 10s. And that tells me this team's going to be really, really good come next year and the year after because of all the experience they're getting right here, playing some good teams on the road like a Hartley team here in Columbus. I'm really looking forward to seeing how some of these guys grow because they're plucky. You can tell in this second half they're bringing everything they got, giving Hartley everything they can handle on offense right now because they've really kind of seemed like they found their stride finally.
Well, they're leading in the second half, 14-7.
Yeah.
They've gotten the 2 touchdowns. So you're right. They're gaining the experience and they're putting it to play, even as we're watching here. Lathan's going to let this ball bounce all the way into the end zone. That'll be another touchback.
But this is where if you're the Hawks, don't let off the gas here. Will Chaminade Julienne be able to get 19 more points in this game? I'm not sure about that, but what I will say, why make this a close game if you don't need to? Come back and respond. Get another good long drive here going. If it happens to be a 2-minute drive because you can score a touchdown, that's okay too. But no game is ever too safe this early in the year.
No.
Because now that you've got a bit of a wet field, whether it's a fumble, turnover, anything, just keep the momentum going on offense.
And again, this is only game 3, so you're still gelling as a team. You're still building, and you're at home. That's important too.
Yep. Got a nice homecoming crowd. You'd love to put up a lot of points, get them something really happy. You're not home until you play Waterson here in 3 weeks. So, like to leave Jack Ryan Field some good feelings about the way you're playing.
Gaelic fakes a handoff, pitches out to the right side, and it's too high for Winbush that time.
Yeah, that ball looked like it slipped. Just the way it came out of his hand just looked wobbly. And, that's one of those cases where that's a wet turf, and just one little slick spot on that ball allows that to happen because Winbush was definitely open. It looked like he had Hemphill ready to block for him up front. So like the play call, execution just a little off would seem like a ball that just slipped out of his hand.
And that was one of those plays where it's like an extended handoff, right? And if you get it to him out there in the flat, he can make things happen.
Absolutely.
Now they're going to hand it off to Shoemate, and he'll try to pick his way up the middle. As Hartley back to alternating tailbacks here on drives. It was Lathan on the last offensive series, and Shoemate gets in there now.
Yep. One of the rare seniors on the Eagles, Brendan McGarry making that tackle. Nice sure tackle as well. Making sure Shoemate doesn't break off a long one there. But this is where we've seen Hartley do a nice job converting and where we've seen the Eagles defense not do a good job stopping these 3rd and longs. Whether it's been a run or pass, the Hawks have been a really nice job converting these 3rd downs. They did that right before the half last time. It led to a touchdown.
Going to hand this ball off to Winbush. And he gets to that first down marker. A great job again. He's wrapped up, and they wrestle him down.
But again, it's another 3rd down conversion for the Hawks, and they've been just killing the Eagles defense with this. Like another chance for them to get off the field, get their offense, which is rolling back on the field, and they just can't get the stop. And that's because Winbush, when he gets this ball on the outside like this, again, great design here. Zach Parker, again, love when he's blocking out front because you're going to have some yards after he touches his man. He has no problem. He doesn't get touched until he gets 10 yards. That's how good it is. And Bryson, of course, who he is, could step out of bounds. Now I'm going to jump back in and see if I can get more yardage. Great play call and design there.
Hand it to the first man through, and he blasts his way all the way up to the 45-yard line on a quick hitter right up the middle, and that is Brandon Hambrick.
Yeah, first time we've called his name, and not a bad time to do it, right? Again, Zhang out in front of there. There's a nice block as well by Malik Tufts, and Hambrick just puts his head down, gets 10, maybe 15 yards on his first carry of the game as the Hawks, again, spreading that ball around, which I think is great as you're in week 3, trying to make sure people touch the rock, get a good feeling as they head into the rest of the season.
Oh, bobbled snap by Gaelic. Now he's just going to try to run it himself. He's going to hand it off to Hambrick, but then once the ball started to slip through his own hands, once he got possession, he was just trying to get good yardage.
Yeah, and that's a smart move, right? You know, don't risk the fumble there. If you don't have the ball yourself, don't try handing it off to somebody else. Just gather it and get what you can get out of it. Found a way to get 2-3 yards out of it.
That should be the last play of the third quarter, as the Hawks will just let that final 10 seconds run off the clock. They've got themselves a nice lead here, but as Matt said just a moment ago, don't take anything for granted. Get all the points that you can. But they've gotten 36 of them through the first 3 quarters of this game, and the Hawks lead Chaminade Julienne by the score of 36-17. We've got the fourth quarter coming your way next here on Yamo Media.
Tonight's broadcast is being presented by Yamo Media, Training ABC, Kimball Midwest, Reese Flowers and Gifts, Myers Wealth Management, Lazarus Golf, Bob Boyd Lincoln of Columbus, and we'd like to thank our Platinum family sponsors.
Attention all caregivers. Sign up now to receive your free tickets to the 5th annual Caring for the Caregiver Expo, Saturday, November 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Boathouse, 679 West Spring Street. Presented by Franklin County's Office on Aging, the 5th annual Caring for the Caregiver Expo is a free event for caregivers with services that include massages, reflexology, manicures, yoga, aerobics and line dancing, free lunch and learn, exhibitors, vendors, prizes, and so much more. Go to caringforthecaregiverexpo.com to register. Pampering services are first come, first serve. Lunch provided while supplies last. This is a Spencer for Hire Media 18 and over event.
Taking the football and getting another couple of yards for the Hartley Hawks. And he leaves a 3rd down and 2 here for Bishop Hartley. They built a nice lead. They want to just continue and put together a good drive here. And, you know, for Hambrick, getting in there, getting a chance to get some regular touches on this drive.
And here we go again, 3rd down and 2. Can the Eagles find a way to get a 3rd down stop?
Pitch it to Hambrick. No, they cannot. There he goes up the middle. There he goes toward the end zone. There he goes for the touchdown.
And I mean, when it's good, it's good. I mean, that's just what it's been. Hambrick wasn't touched. That's how big the gap was that he had to run through. I mean, check this out. It's like a shot out of a cannon. Right there. Pew! He's gone. I mean, yeah, not touched by one player. I thought, if anything, he went too fast. So he's going to trip himself right there. But finds a way to stay on his feet. Easy 47-yard touchdown run. And again, the Hawks spreading the ball around, spreading the love. Like to see a lot of different guys in the box score, and not just in the box score. A lot of guys scoring touchdowns as well. So, nice drive for Hambrick, getting his first touches of the game. And what do you do? Take it in for a nice long touchdown.
And you missed the extra point, but you've got a 42-17 lead. Let's look at this again. There's a better look at that hole.
Yeah,
and I mean,
I always say, you know, if it's a hole that I can run through, then we're okay. And that's when a lot of guys could have been able to run through and get 10 yards because there was just that much of a gap. And Hambrick, with his speed, had no issue at all finding his way to pay dirt. So, yeah, great response by the Hawks. Again, a couple 3rd downs where the Eagles had a chance to get that defensive stop, get their offense back on the field. Hartley both times converts. And a big conversion on the second one because it leads to that long touchdown run for Brandon Hambrick.
Hambrick running the ball for the first time this year. He hasn't had any carries in the first 2 games. And, well, they say the 3rd time's a charm. I would say they are right. Because here in Game 3, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been really, really good. Yeah, but just been really impressed with the way the Hawks have really found a way to keep the offense rolling, keep the running game going. Really nice job staying focused on making sure they get everything right for that as they head into the rest of the season.
So the Hawks will tee it up from the 40-yard line. What kind of kick is it going to be? Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, you never do. He's kicked it longer, more than you see most of the times in games. So.
Yeah, and there's only one return man back, and that's Lowry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think, the Eagles are always playing for the fake, playing for that one side, especially after they got burned by one earlier.
And they will kick it in Lowry's direction. He'll have to take it on the hop, and it kind of checked up Grabbed it at the 13-yard line. Here he accelerates, trying to get to the outside. And he will get across the 25 and not much further than that.
So let's see here. I mean, if you're Brad Birchfield and the Hawks, this is where you just kind of challenge yourself. 25-point lead. Don't get unfocused here. Let's find a way to get a good defensive stop. And, whether this is going to be your second-string guys or your first-string guys, let's get a stop.
And I think that's fair, too, because they've given up 2 touchdowns in this half. So you want to get them feeling good, too.
Yeah.
And they've only given up 17 points. I get it. But giving up 2 touchdowns here in the second half, you want to get them back to feeling good about themselves. And this is not going to do it.
Not going to do it at all.
Lowry all the way through and down the far sideline being pursued. They will not catch him. He's got the touchdown.
Yeah, and that's the exact opposite of what Coach Birchfield wanted to see. First play of that drive, and away he goes. 75 yards, I think? I mean, you thought Lowry might be tired after the kickoff return. No, he's got plenty of gas still in the tank. And let's just see what happened here. Another double handoff. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even outside the tackle, too. He's inside the guard of the tackle, and there's just enough of room there where he finds the gap, and away he goes. So, yeah, that's the opposite of what I think he wanted.
Yes.
That's for sure.
No doubt. And now they will try to add the extra point. And that kick is
no good. Wide left. Yep.
All right.
That hold wasn't the best.
So it is 42-23. Each team missing out on the extra point here. Well, Bishop Hartley's 10th annual Athletic Hall of Fame dinner, and the induction is going to be on September 28th. Class of 2024. Coach Phil Petrosky, football. Tom Koss, football, basketball. Tim Martin, football. The 4x200 girls relay team. Tanisha Davis, Myra Garnes, Stacy Daniels, Cassandra Robinson, the 4x400 girls relay team. Tanisha Davis, Stacy McCall, Shannon Gilchrist, Cassandra Robinson. We're excited to celebrate the success of the 2024 Hall of Fame class. Please join us for the Hall of Fame football halftime introductions. That's going to be against Bishop Watterson here on September 27th at 7 o'clock. And the Hall of Fame dinner inductions September 28th in the Dick Geyer Gymnasium. Starts at 5:30 with a meet and greet with drinks and appetizers. Then at 6:15, dinner and desserts from TAT. The induction ceremony at 7:15. Registration's open on the Bishop Hartley Athletic website. Thank you, and go Hawks. 10:45 to go in this game.
I feel like this is one of the games that I'm sure, nice homecoming crowd, you'd love to get some of the second string guys in, but with each time Chaminade Julienne scores, you feel like you can't do that. You gotta keep the pedal to the metal if you're the Hawks and make sure you put this one fully away.
Winbush from the 12. Out across the 25 and to the 27-yard line. So now it'll be up to that offense again.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, all the credit to Chaminade Julienne. Could easily kind of fold up the tent and put this one in the L column, but they refused to do that. They came out in this second half and given it everything they got, giving the Hawks everything they can handle right now on the defensive side. But with that said, the Hawks on offense haven't let up at all. They've come down on their 2 drives and scored both times.
There's a quick handoff, and the Eagles defense is ready for that one after a gain of just 1 yard.
Yeah, indeed they are. Boy, just what a different game this is turning out to be. You had 2 teams that I know pride themselves on defense, and I think both have already would say they're giving up more points than they would like to give up. I mean, Chaminade only given up 12 and 10 in their first 2 games, already given up 42. The Hawks have given up 41. I'm sure loved the way they played the first half, only giving up 3, but in the second half, just a little bit leaky, giving up 20. So definitely, no matter how this game ends up, there's something to look at the tape and work on.
Hambrick once again in the backfield. They will pitch it to him. Comes over the right side, takes a hit from behind, and then goes down at the 35.
Yeah, nice shot by Hambrick. I mean, he kind of put his head down, and it was a meeting of 2 forces between him and Aiden Frederick, the linebacker. I mean, check out this. Just two cars coming at each other, and boom, both of them go down. But good hard run and good hard tackle.
I noticed Hambrick didn't even look toward the sideline.
No.
When he had a teammate help him up, and when he started to walk, he went right back to the backfield.
It's like, this is my drive. Let me finish it off.
Don't give anybody any ideas. I'm all right. Third down. They'll hand it off to him again, and this time he's got plenty of running room up the middle. Nice cut at the 45. That'll get him all the way out to the 49-yard line.
Boy, I mean, I feel like it's both defenses. They're just gashed right now. They're just getting gashed after gash on the run game. You know, we saw a 75-yard run for the Eagles and now the Hawks. I mean, it's a 3rd and 3. You know the Eagles are expecting run, and it just doesn't matter. You know, they're finding a way, the Hawks, to get 5, 10, 15 yards now on some of these carries. It's an impressive turn of events from what was a week ago, where it just seemed like they couldn't find that big run, that big play. In this game, they've easily had more than a dozen of them.
Hand that ball off to Jay Zhang. He breaks one tackle. Second one is going to be a little bit harder to come by. Anthony Clements Jr. was able to stay with it after Zhang broke the first tackle and get the hands on him to start the second.
Yeah, nice job by the Eagles there, not letting the up man get more than a yard. And, I mean, kudos to Zhang. That could have been, again, a 1-yard loss. He shook off that tackle to find a way to make it past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right now it's all about positive yardage and keeping the clock moving.
Keep that clock moving, exactly. We're under 8 minutes. You know, you're up by 19 points. You know, you can do a nice long drive here and kind of sulk this game away. Nothing wrong with that.
Hambrick just right through there again. You know, like Latham, he has that little hesitation factor in his game. His, you know, it was very slight, but you'll see it here just as he gets to the line looking for the hole.
Yeah, he's waiting for Jay to make that first block right there, and then once he does, he's gone. A little bit more of a downhill style than Robert. Because, you know, haven't really seen Brandon make a cut, but he hasn't really needed to either.
That's right.
I mean, if the hole's in front of you, go forward. Don't dilly-dally.
3rd down and 1 now. Ball sitting at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and this is where you're seeing Gaelic not even get under center until that play clock's under 10.
Gives it to Zhang, and a good job there by him because he got stood up, but he was able to slide to his left and find the yardage he needed for the first down.
I'm not even sure how he did it either, because it seemed like when he got the ball, he actually went backwards a step by the first hit, but then found a way to get his footing back and then dive forward for that first down yardage. And again, what that does, most importantly, reset the downs and keep that clock moving as we get closer to triple zeros.
Chaminade defense tonight, is, as Matt said, has really been challenged. Both defenses have been challenged. But these guys have seen numerous guys run the football and have success in doing it, which tells you about the blocking of the Hartley offensive line. Oh, look at this again. Although Hambrick, he does it with blockers or without. It just doesn't matter.
I'm starting to wonder if he's angry at somebody because he's running angry, isn't he? I mean, look at this. I mean, you know, like I said, the blocking wasn't actually amazing on this one. You know, good, first 5 yards were the blocks, and then after that, he's just running over people.
Yep.
Like, get out of my way.
But Gaelic's trying to help him out, but yet Matt's behind him. And he's like, well, I'll push you because I don't know what else to do. Exactly. And there's 3 guys with white shirts in front of him.
Yeah, I mean.
Use him as a battering ram is what he did.
He is running as if someone took his lunch money earlier today. It's just, goodness. And I love it. But again, this is what happens. You get your opportunity. You want to grab it. And you want to, you know, he's taking it. I love that.
Yeah, you come in the second half of the game, late third quarter, and you pick up big yards. And here he is again. Why not keep giving it to him? Because look what he continues to do. They can't take him down.
Oh, man. It's fun to watch, isn't it? I mean, and this just gives another piece of tape for these other teams to have to worry about now. You know, gosh, here you're already thinking, oh, boy, we got to find a way to stop Robert Latham. Now you got to stop Shoemates. You got to stop Winbush. Oh, wait, now who's this guy, number 21? Right. We got to think about him, too.
And, oh, by the way, when you have all that taken care of, They love to hit Zhang with a quick hitter right up the middle.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah, and we've said nothing about the way that Gaelic's actually thrown the ball today, which has been fantastic.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, whether it's up top or just a little short dink and dunks, he's done a really nice job with those.
3rd down and 1. Hand it off, and this time it's going to be a loss of yardage.
Yeah. Nice job by the Eagles. A couple of guys in there, like Joe Hudson was the first one to get his hands on him. And then his fellow Eagle faithful making sure Jay did not get that first down.
So they will set up to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down and 2. Is that right, or is it just 3rd down and 2?
Should be.
They have 3rd down.
See, I thought it was 4th, but 6 say 3rd, so.
And they'll pitch it off. Hambrick, ooh, he got hit that time and down at the 15-yard line. Now that is going to be right where he needed to be for the 1st down.
Yeah. See if they measure this or if they. Now, if they are going to call it 4th down, Aiden Frederick, I want to give him credit for that huge hit. That was a nice stick on Hambrick there, who's been mowing over defenders. This time he gets mowed down just short of the line to gain.
So now it is 4th down. And who will get the football this time? Need just that one.
Yep. It was Zhang or Hambrick, I think.
Zhang. And he's got it.
Yep, just put your head down. And every time you got to think he's going to grab that yard.
Well, again, this is how this offense operates. And when it's at its best, you have a fullback like that. And look, you're not looking for your fullback to break a 40-yard run. You're looking at him for a 1 to 4 yard run.
Exactly, and especially in that situation, he's not even looking to try to get a ton of yards. He's looking to, again, put his head down and get across that 1st down line and keep this clock moving.
And they are doing that. Down to 2.5 minutes just about remaining here in the 4th quarter. Hawks on the verge of going to 2-1 on the year. They pitch it, and this time Hambrick got a little bit tripped up in the backfield, but again, he still leaned forward and got yardage.
Yeah, I mean, and that's good job by the Eagles defender there. That was Kalen Russell, I think, who came off his cornerback spot and got a arm on his leg to make sure he tripped him up. Because if not, the way Hambrick's running, you know he's just going to keep running through people. So
He's listed at 5'11", 190.
I'll buy the 5'11". I don't know if I buy the 190. I could see him being 210 the way he's running over people. Man, he looks strong.
Once again, Gaelic going to use every second of time off the play clock that he can. We'll snap it with 2 seconds left. And they are just going to power it all the way to the end zone. And he's in. Oh, no, he's not in. They'd say down at the 1 yard line.
Boy, it looked like he got in, but rather here nor there, I guess.
Looked like the official put his arms up, but then he was unsure about it. I think he started looking to the other side of the field. But let's take a look at this again.
Yeah, another, again, well-blocked play. I mean, when you're not getting touched until you're 8 yards up the field, that's how you know it's well-blocked. Yeah,
that
looks like a touchdown. I don't think he's down before that ball crosses the goal line.
Looked like he fell on a defender with the ball outstretched.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
It looked like the official on the near side of the field kind of looked at the guy on the far side of the field. In any event, need 1 yard for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they hand it off, and they let Zhang finish it off.
Get him his first touchdown of the game. Spread the wealth around. Nothing wrong with that. Hambrick already has his, so why not get Jay in the box score with the TD?
That'll leave 47 seconds on the clock and an extra point upcoming. And again, short yardage situation. This is what they've done all night. Give it to Jay Zhang. And you saw there, he got hit, and it took an extra shove with his foot there. He kind of got hit, kind of popped up in the air, landed and shoved off that foot and went right back into the end zone.
I like it. I like it a lot. And a lot of different scores for the Hawks today. The offense finding ways to get it done in many ways. And again, after a game we only scored 10 points on the home field, coming out here and scoring 49. It's got to feel really good.
49 indeed. That extra point was good, and Gaelic did a nice job of handling a high snap there, and Malcolm Gillies finished the job as he put it through the uprights. So not much left here for Hartley, and there are things that they're going to go back and look at defensively, and they're going to say, look, we got to get better at this, we got to get better at that. But when they look at their offense, they're going to say, hey, this is the way we want to play every week. We want everybody involved, and you're not going to put up 49 every week, but you want to have consistency. They've had that tonight.
Exactly, yeah. You want to be able to trust that your run game is going to get you that first down if you give it to them 3 times. You want to trust that the passing game can bail you out if you get stuck with a 3rd and long. And then you want to trust you can do nice long drives as well if you need to, put a game away like they just did right there. Those are kind of the tenets of the Hartley offense that kind of are missing out on a couple of those in the last game. And like you said, you're not always going to score 49 because sometimes those long drives aren't going to allow you to. But, those occasional big plays, they can help. And they can help you get points on the board. So, all in all, I think a really positive effort from the offense. Like you said, things to clean up on defense. But, there's always something you want to look at on the tape and say, let's work on that.
Yeah, no question about that. So, and again, you've gotten so many points tonight that you can afford any defensive breakdowns that you might have in this game. So,
yeah.
There's some other games where your offense isn't going to click, and you're going to have to be perfect on defense.
Absolutely.
This is not one of those games.
This is one where the offense had no trouble moving up and down. It's hard to believe that they actually had to punt the ball twice.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every time they've had the ball, they've gone up and down the field.
Squib kick it. And this is going to go out of bounds. And I hope that with that kick out of bounds, it's the last penalty flag we see of this game.
Oh, boy, if it isn't, that'll be a real big kick in the shin. We've seen our fair share.
We have. I don't have the stat on the penalties, and I probably don't want it.
No, I don't want to. I don't need to see that one.
It's one of the higher stats of the night.
Yeah. And this was a game that had a lot of good stats, I'm sure. You check the box score at the end of this one, you're going to see a lot of good yardage number for a lot of different players, including from, Chaminade Julienne's boy, Malachi Maddox-Rigger, easily rushed over 100 yards with the way he played today. Just a fantastic effort from him. And again, I thought their quarterback played great in the second half. Javen Manley, he had some really timely throws for the Eagles. Just, again, it was a big hole to climb from, especially with the offense that they play. Trying to come back from that deficit. But they really did put a much more game effort in the second half and gave the Hawks a lot more to think about leaving this game.
Yes, they did. And the Eagles kneel on the football, and they will run out the clock here tonight. So Hartley, they beat them last year. A much closer game, 21-7. But this year, the Hartley Hawks take advantage of this young Chaminade Julienne team. Put up 49 on them, 49-23. Is the final score here tonight. The Hawks now with a record of 2-1 on the season, and Chaminade Julienne falls to 1-2.
Yeah, and if you're the Hawks again, you feel really good about that effort. Offense and defense at different points looking really good. And now you get a couple road games, Watkins Memorial, Ironton, and then the couple CCL games that you really want to focus on. Taking on Waterston, love to get revenge against those Eagles, and then the Stallions on the road the next week. So good win today after a tough one on the chin from Ursuline. Now go on the road, take care of business, come back home against Waterston, and that Waterston team's going to play a lot like the Ursuline team. Let's spread it out, quick pace offense. So you got a taste of that play in Ursuline. Now let's see if you can learn from your mistakes when you play Waterston here at home.
Yeah, you had a taste of that last week. Didn't go so well. You come right back and bounce back this week. And as you said, you get 2 weeks on the road to try to, once again, feel good about yourselves. Further your game overall and hopefully come back here. And that's the next game we'll have for you here on Yamo Media. That's going to be on September the 27th when the Bishop Waterston Eagles are here to take on the Bishop Hartley Hawks. So that's going to do it from Jack Ryan Field, whether it was Matt Gaelic slinging the ball out from the backfield tonight or whether it was the guys behind him that were just taking handoffs and running the football, and whether it was that defense that was very, very stingy, as you can see in the first half of this game. And that's when they were at their best in the first half of this one before Chaminade Julienne kind of got their feet underneath them. But so many guys chipped in this game tonight, whether it's Jay Zhang and just a short run or whether it's the tailbacks and long runs that they were able to rip off here tonight. It was a good one. 49-23. That is the final score tonight from Jack Ryan Field. From Matt Barnes, I'm Bob McElligott saying good night And the Hawks are big winners and now are 2-1 on the season. Thanks for watching with us here on Yamo Media.